So anyway, Ian's busy, right?
I believe so, yeah.
At work.
They're gonna roll without him.
Sounds about right.
No, we're just
Speaking of that,
message him while he's at work.
go fuck.
Hey, go ahead and
You
get
can
my
get on
purse
mine.
right now. Go home. Just tell your work that you're leaving right then.
Yeah, he can still work. He just had to use mobile.
Mobile?
Yeah.
That'll just kill
Oh,
him.
like that.
You've done it before, Nick.
I did it for like 15 seconds as I was walking back from getting something.
Also, when your internet went out, I think. Although I don't think that was a podcast. I think that was D&D.
Yeah. No, that was when the, that was Divinity, wasn't it? I don't remember.
Could have been.
Actually.
Like
I know that the power went out during, like, one of our Divinity sessions.
Yeah. It's happened to me as well, I think.
In any case, welcome to Super Fun Time Japan Time, episode 55. I'm Nick, or Super. Nobody calls me Super. Oh, and this is also re-recording on February 10th, 2018. Per Iggy's request, I've said the name of the podcast and the date the podcast is being recorded inside the podcast. Yeah.
You know, just the things you should do anyway.
Per Iggy's request, of course. Which, by the way, that's Iggy. Say hi, Iggy.
You're welcome.
Say
Welcome.
hi, Iggy.
I am the backbone of this podcast. Hello.
Then over there, we got Canadian Man.
That's me.
Then the last guy right there who's gonna be super fucking quiet until he starts talking about random numbers and Bravo Charlies and whatnot is Chris.
He's currently leading a secret mission on Al-Qaeda, so, you know.
Mm-hmm. Military stuff. Wait, is Al-Qaeda still a thing?
I have no fucking clue. Maybe the Taliban?
I think the Taliban's still a thing. I'm not sure about... I mean...
Let's just say ISIS. ISIS is still a thing, alright?
Okay.
Let's do that.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have kind of forgotten about the Taliban and Al-Qaeda because of
Probably
ISIS.
the people that live around them.
I mean, plus ISIS is a lot more, prevalent.
Hip. Cool.
That too.
They've got ISIS, Chun.
I forgot about that.
Dude, fucking people think that Earth Chum was like, oh, this is the new fucking stage of chanifying everything. Fucking back in the day, we had ISIS Chun and Ebola Chun. It's nothing new.
Is there any better way to undermine the legitimacy of an outfit than to fucking
That
chum
was the
them up?
point, though.
I
That
know.
was the it was great.
It's so delegitimizing. It's fantastic.
I can't help but think, but certain weaves would want to then enroll, but who knows? Who knows?
I suppose.
Well, that's completely off topic, and that was just a weird thing to fucking go off of on a anime podcast, but, you know.
I mean, we're not an anime podcast per se.
We're like a third of an anime podcast.
I mean, let's see. Last week we spent about an hour on the anime homework, so yeah.
I'm just talking, like, it's not time segments per se. It's just, like, how is it structured? You've got greetings into fucking weeks. You know.
And then your microphone goes to fucking shit.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. That's gonna be a problem, isn't it?
No. It's not. Probably.
I'm hoping so.
Ah, there we go. Let me just... That should hopefully have slightly fixed it.
Alright then.
You see, when you use a computer like 18 hours a day, and you're fucking spinning around in a chair and stuff, wires tend to get frayed and whatnot.
You spin how does... What?
What?
That's so
Spins around
weird
in a
to
chair.
do.
It's called a swivel chair, man.
No,
Get
I get that you can spin, but like, your headphones and... Your microphone is on your headphones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the cord, how does it not get tangled up in the swivel?
I raise it. I've become adept, don't worry.
Oh, it just seems really fucking weird to me. Like, it would get wrapped around your neck, wouldn't it?
No?
Well, that's if
One
you
would
keep
hope.
turning one way. If you go the other way, then it won't.
Yeah. I mean, I can do complete rotations. I fucking know how to... I'm fucking a magic man, alright?
I
Fucking-
guess that, like, that
Are you forgetting he's an alien?
I just did it. Fuck you.
that just seems like an impossibility to me to do, because it just, like, how long is the cord on your headphones then?
The better question is, why do I have a swivel chair in a carpeted room?
Why do you have a swivel chair on a carpeted room? That's so
It doesn't
stupid.
work well. It really doesn't work.
It's not supposed to. It's fucking carpet.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I wonder why.
Really doesn't help me swivel.
Why would it help you swivel? It's garbage.
It doesn't help me. That's what I'm saying. It's been a detriment to my swiveling career. And I've been losing work because of it. How am I supposed to be a professional swiveler when there's carpet here?
Alright, what?
Burn the carpet.
Are there swiveler competitions? Is that what you're telling me?
Motherfucker, we have vaping competitions. Anything can be a competition.
Why is there vaping competitions? It's so stupid.
Why not?
I guess anything can be.
People vape.
Why are there sports competitions? Why are there fucking
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Olympic?
Yeah, if enough people want a competition of something, you know, test of skill and whatnot, then it's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the Owl. You know, Overwatch League. It looks it's really fucking hard to follow, but hey, enough people like it, so it's gonna stick.
I don't like that game much anymore.
I saw you playing it, like, earlier in the week.
I played it because fucking dog fucking leaked boxes. You're the dog. Yeah. So I just said, oh, fuck it, it's been a long time, I'll try it out, and I hate the changes they made so much.
With Mercy, you talking about?
Oh yeah, no, specifically Mercy. I hate everything they've done to her. Like, what if we made this character shit, and then they did that, and then it didn't fix anything? Let's not do that.
I mean, like, a Resurrect is still incredibly powerful, but, like...
It's not incredibly powerful when it's fucking a giant beam of... Basically, it's like a giant beacon in the sky saying, please come shoot me, Hanzo, or fucking Genji, or any fucking assault player. Like, yeah, thanks. And I still fucking... I fucking hate... I guess I'm just going on a rant now. I hate the changing mentality in Overwatch. I know that was, like, one of their fucking, like, main ideologies going forward in the game. It's like, it's a heavy switching game. You're gonna fucking go into a match and then you're gonna switch character. I don't like that. Too many people just fucking play fucking offense and don't have any regard to what anyone else is playing, so it basically doesn't matter. I kinda just wish people fucking lock in a character and then you get match made, like a fucking MOBA. But nope. 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 It's just fucking 4 offense and 2 fucking healers. And it doesn't work versus the other team who has a fucking actual comp. I fucking hate it.
Would you prefer a specific role for,
Yes. I would prefer if you had to fucking lock in a character or maybe even a type of character and then you get fucking match made.
Yeah, but the thing is that, like, this game, Overwatch is not like many other games that had that type of system, like League, for instance.
I've noticed.
Like, Overwatch, there's a lot of different combinations that you can do, and each of them do different things. Like, there's triple tank, there's many other things.
There's nothing but offense. Also known as quick match.
Yes, but also, like, even... Like, that just sort of, streamlines everyone into thinking, like, oh, this is the way that we should play. And it would probably be 2-2-2, that type of stuff.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Everyone would play 2-2-2.
Yeah, but the skill and the fucking whole fucking aspect behind it would be the fucking... You switch off what characters they are, that would be the fucking thing. People would learn their roles, and everything would be a little bit more efficient, a little bit more easy to follow.
Yeah, but is that what makes Overwatch fun?
I'd say certainly, as it is right now, it's what makes it not fun.
Some people prefer the chaotic nature, or, like, some people find, like, the, strategy inside that chaos.
And, by the way, that chaos is strictly named nothing but offense.
Like,
how many fucking professional teams have 4 offense?
How
often do professional teams deviate from a fucking balanced composition?
I think there's been, like... I think there's been 3 instances where they went, like, quad DPS. Though, that's across the entirety of, like, every Overwatch tournament, so not very often.
Just ruins fucking quick play at the lower level because fucking 2 people want to play sniper, 2 people want to play a fucking... What are the fuck they called? Like, it's basically projectile DPS, like McCree or something. Quick hit scan.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you have the one fucker who wants to play fucking support. I'm that one fucker. Oh yeah! People are still fucking blind. That's fun. I love when I'm healing a tank and they just... There's this thin doorway, and my fat-ass Roadhog just walks through and lets, you know, the enemy fucking McCree just walk in. Not roll in. Not fucking, like, phase shift in. Not fucking go invisible and go in. Just walk in. It's like, hey, hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. How's the weather? I'm dead. It's all lovely.
That's a weird thing for the McCree to say.
No, that's basically me saying that. It's great. Love it. Who needs invisibility? Fucking teammates are blind. It's not changed.
Whenever I've played Overwatch recently, I've just gone with Tracer and tried to, like, fuck around as much as possible.
You're the offense faggot.
That's me.
Yep.
I mean, nobody cares.
The support cares.
Like, my philosophy behind it is that if somebody wants to switch, then they'll switch. If they don't want to switch, then there's no point in, like trying to conform to them.
I've seen over the years so many comics and memes about, like, fucking healers in video games being, like, jaded and cynical people because they get blamed for shit and fucking teammates are down. I always thought it was only, like, it only really applied to things like WoW and such. No, it applies a lot everywhere. I've noticed as a support player, mainly almost every game. Teammates are dumb. They'll ever not be dumb. It is the worst experience you can possibly have. You will not be thanked. You will be frustrated. Don't play healer.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Which is why everyone plays offense. It makes life even more hell for the healers.
For the most part, I've kind of stopped, like, going for the win in quick play. I more so just want to get as many kills as possible with Tracer, or, like, attempt to outplay people in one-on-one situations.
Perpetuating the fucking problem.
Yeah, I know. But it's how I have fun.
Yep. And everyone's only concerned with themselves in fucking quick play, and that's the problem. Yeah, that's the inherent point, isn't it? Everyone's going in for themselves, so fucking the healers who are there to fucking win, because they're fucking trying to fucking help everyone else, get shafted.
Yep. Plus, one person attempting to, like, fit into the mold is not going to be able to, like, carry the team.
Sometimes they can.
It's very unlikely for that to occur, though.
Like, I've recognized when healers have been the fucking sole reason why fucking those offensive douchebags have won the game, and they get play of the game, and you just sit there with fucking hate in your eyes thinking, you're the only reason you did that is because I fucking healed you. I deserve this.
But do you really?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey,
Be kind, tip your supports.
There's Chris.
PSA from fucking the best healer. The only healer here, actually.
I used to be a healer main with Anna, but then she got
suck.
nerfed. What?
You suck as
With Anna, I was good, but they nerfed her and I stopped playing her.
General, you suck at supports.
Not always.
Alright.
Okay, Battle Right's a totally different ballpark from fucking FPS.
It's the general thing. I'm talking about supports across the board, even though we're mainly talking about Overwatch. It's the same mentality in every game.
I typically play an aggressive type of support.
Yeah.
Like for instance, with Luce.
A fucking offensive character. Your support is that you do damage, and that's not right. Fundamentally, theoretically, it works, but shafts over everyone else.
Yeah.
Anywho, fucking initial rant out of the way. Shall we move on? Well, don't all fucking jump to fucking speak. Jesus Christ.
What do you want from me?
Probably for you do your purity thingy. Probably. No. I mean, this joke won't make so much sense in the edited version, but it's an appropriate link.
Nah, he's gonna leave it in there.
I'm not gonna leave it in.
He's gonna leave like...
It's a link, he has to.
I mean, I'm gonna leave the link in, but I'm not gonna leave in the dead air.
I know.
Like
That's what I just said.
Like,
it's not gonna work.
So, no one talked for like a straight 5 minutes, and that's it.
I mean, it wasn't 5 minutes.
It was about a good 30 seconds. It wasn't 11 minutes and 31 seconds, mind you.
Why 11 minutes, 31 seconds?
Our record currently. Not for the podcast, just, you know, in general across these calls.
Oh, that. Okay. The record before 11 minutes 31 was like a minute 30,
1
right?
minute 36 seconds.
I'm glad you keep track of that.
It's just a number I somehow remember. Context for this is sometimes when me and Nick meet up to play games a lot. Typically stuff, whatever's our fancy, Diablo, Path of Exile, Fortnite.
Probably around 5 times a week, I guess.
More or less. Differs. But sometimes when we fucking get in the call, it's just no one says anything. And this happened so much, I just started fucking recording. Well, not recording, but just taking a mental note of how long it took. Generally, it happened for like half a minute, 45 seconds. And then fucking the longest it had ever gotten was fucking 1 minute, 36 seconds. Until like fucking 2 fucking sessions ago where fucking we just decided fuck it and stayed silent for a full 11 minutes and a half. Because why not? That was the useless fucking information today. Congratulations, you've gained nothing out of this.
Yay. Well, there's a thing. Listen to it real quick.
I really don't want to. It says squeals and yeah before it's even loaded.
If you're in a room with other people, maybe turn down your headphones, because this is a little weird, but here you go.
Is that your fucking roommate?
Yep.
Why did you have this on YouTube?
I made a compilation of it because she squeals so much, and I got tired of it happening in the podcast. I needed something to get out of all that squealing.
You fucking creepy motherfucker.
Hang on. I asked her if I could make it before I actually made it.
You
she was cool with it.
That's even worse.
No, she was not. She said yes because she felt creeped out. You fucking.
I mean,
yes
she wanted to hear it
you
too.
Said yes.
You creepy
She said
motherfucker.
yes in a joking manner, and you were like, "That is enough. That's all."
No. She said, "I want to
That's
see it
all
when
I
you're
need.
done."
That is not a permission to upload it on a fucking
You creepy
public site.
motherfucker.
I told her what it was
Fucking-
for.
Yeah, you told her what it was for, and she said, "I wanted to hear it." She didn't say, "You can upload it to a public site." She could sue the fuck out of you right now.
No, she
I hope she
couldn't.
does. She
I don't know
could.
about that, but you're still a creep. You're a
How
weirdo.
is that creepy?
How do you not recognize the creep value here?
Look, I asked her beforehand if it was okay. She said yes. I went forward with it. What the
The
fuck's
fact
the
that you
problem?
approached her with that is creepy.
It seemed like a funny thing, considering that there's a bunch of
No,
fucking
no, she
squealing that
agreed
happens.
to- she
And
agreed
you've
to have
mentioned
you
it
make it.
before.
She
It's
didn't
been
agree to it.
established as something that happens, and now
Yeah,
here's
but
some
don't go up to the
compilation of
person.
it.
Can I fucking take this recording I have of it and put it up on YouTube?
Why not?
Nick,
I don't
you're
know.
fucked.
I
You're
don't
fucked.
see a problem if you ask beforehand.
No, you didn't ask to put it on YouTube. You asked. She
No,
gave you
I
permission
asked
to
if I
make it.
could. She said yes.
No. That's
What do you mean,
said.
no?
That's what you said first. She said I wanted to hear it. That's all you said. She said.
She
You're
said,
fucked.
Yes,
I
what?
want to hear it when you're done. And I said, okay.
This
Like,
is not
what-
a
Like,
No,
I
she
asked her,
did
hey,
that.
are you okay if I make a compilation of it and
On
then show it to
YouTube?
my friends? And she was like, sure.
It's
That doesn't-
nothing to
that
do
doesn't
with
mean
permission.
you're right.
It's the fact that you did it.
What's the problem with me doing it?
You're so fucked in life, dude. You're so fucked.
What do you mean?
She can like just end you.
I
It's
thought
not-
it was a
She'll
funny
destroy
fucking
you in
thing.
court,
Oh,
it'll be
she
funny.
squeals in the background so much. I may as well make a compilation. Like, this is
There's your
just,
problem.
like,
There it is.
this isn't
Like,
even all
she
the
shot-
squeals that she's done.
she
There was
shot-
like a solid fucking minute and a half of squeals.
Fucking, you even went over it. You're still, you went over the problem. You just didn't recognize it.
What's the problem?
That you did this in the first place.
What is the problem me doing this in the first place?
Because it's
Because
creepy
you
as
should
hell.
do
How is it
You shouldn't do
creepy?
Things like this.
There's your problem
No,
again.
it's disgustingly creepy.
I don't see how it's creepy. She
There's
squeals.
your problem
What's
again.
the fucking problem?
You recorded it.
You're a creep.
I didn't mean to record it. It just happened in the background during the podcast.
Like,
But then you
like,
edited
go to
it
the
into
court,
a
be like,
video.
"This dude's a
Yes,
stalker, need
I
him out
asked
of
her
my
before if I could
boyfriend."
edit it. She said yes. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna edit it. What the fuck is the problem?
I hope you don't like living in that room because you're gonna get evicted real soon.
I
Fuck it.
legitimately don't understand what the issue is here.
And there's another problem.
Resistance.
Like, okay,
You
so
recorded
apparently you think there's a
something.
problem with me cutting this together?
Oh my god. You know, you were right. This was funny. It's just sad as well.
How is it sad?
Nick's gonna go to jail one day.
How am I gonna go to jail?
He'll laugh when he does. I'll be like,
What?
Or at least he's gonna get maced one day at the very least.
I got stuck.
Like,
I can't wait for the podcast for Nick's gonna fucking tell us his experience with mace. I was wondering how it's spelled.
I don't think he'll need that. It'll somehow get recorded and he'll just put it on YouTube for everyone to see it happen.
Creepy motherfucker.
How is this creepy?
You know, I guess let's
How is this
you know,
creepy? How
let's
is
at
this
least
creepy?
respectfully
How is this
leave
creepy?
this here.
Hold on.
We're
Okay,
going to-
so the squeals are the
You can't
byproduct of me recording the podcast, okay?
That itself is fine.
Okay.
That is fine.
So, if
That
I
is
uploaded the unedited podcast, you would hear the squeals in the background. Is that fine?
Not as fine. No.
No.
Okay. So I cut out all the squeals and then made a compilation of them.
Ding 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 ding.
Where's the issue there? I asked her beforehand if I could. She said yes. I was like, okay, make the compilation. Boom. Is it the thought of me like making the compilation that I thought of that? That's creepy.
Yeah.
How is that creepy?
It's disgusting, is what it
That
is.
you did it. It's okay to think like, okay, what if? But you did it. That's
Okay,
the
what the fuck is the problem?
Don't do it. Just what is wrong? What is the problem?
Why is everyone around me so creatively like weird?
How is this weird?
What is wrong with like the group
Like
of
a
people?
couple of the squeals have gone through
How is this
before.
weird?
How is this
I'm
weird?
Weird motherfucker.
I'm-
But why is
I'm
everyone
gonna pull
always
this one.
topping me?
I don't see how this is weird.
I don't see how this is.
And that in of itself is a
I don't
problem.
see how this is
What
weird.
the fuck is
I
the
don't see how
problem?
this is weird.
Well,
I don't.
fucking what episode is this? 55. I'm looking back at that.
It's 55, yes. Like, what? Okay, so why is it creepy that I cut it together like that?
Listen, we've explained it like 5 times, so let's just leave it here.
Oh my god. Alright, fine, whatever.
One day it will click. One day.
It's not gonna
Maybe-
click because it's not creepy.
Tomorrow.
No, it is.
The sad part is he's probably right.
Like, if you get permission, it's
No,
fine.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't make it fine.
How is that not
If you get
fine?
permission from a 13-year-old girl,
Don't-
that doesn't
no.
hold up in court. I don't think that's how this works.
Okay, she's not 13, she's like 21, I think.
Let's respectfully move on before more damage is done to anyone's reputations. I don't want to have to
That's
distance
not the
myself
issue
from this
here,
fucking
Nick.
group,
Nick,
alright?
it's
You're
just
not gonna have to distance yourself from this group. Why would you need to do that?
Because you're
I'm gonna have to fucking
not
change my
getting caught up
nationality.
in police for being a
I'm
creep.
now known as fucking after this podcast, I'm gonna have to fucking change my name to Carlos and move to fucking Mexico.
Okay.
Hola, señor.
¿Cómo estás?
Taco. Anyway,
That's not... Whatever. Fine.
my house can be a taco. You don't discriminate.
How could your house be a top? How is that gonna hold up? Like, the
You know-
sun's gonna make it dry and then one touch and it'll break apart.
Nick, home is where your heart is.
So your heart's in a taco?
Yes, it's a problem. Many doctors have told me it's a serious issue.
I'm surprised it's held up this long. Like, tacos are typically made of, like, substances that, if gotten wet, are going to fall apart. And considering there's a lot of blood inside you, and, you know, covering the heart...
I just keep it inside.
You know what I mean?
How?
I'm just gonna-
Anywho, I just wanted to throw this out there since we're going to be, you know, quick ejecting off of this conversation. Mega,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Oh. I was going to say why, but I think I have a feeling.
What is wrong with... What is
Yeah.
wrong with...
Again,
God.
I picked a random anime.
Why, did
And
you hate it?
What the fuck are you doing? I get it. You hate anime, but why do you have to spread misery?
alright,
Man,
first of all,
party
I
over.
don't hate anime. Second,
The recommendation list would fucking imply.
I seem to be that one person that always ends up picking something bad.
You think? Oh, this is a
Mega,
little sneak
did you
sneak
even
peek.
watch it, Mega?
I watched one episode.
You fucker!
Nick, you watch
dude,
all of it. You do. What did you watch?
But
Dominic?
here's the thing. I watched the episode. I was going to watch more so I can suffer with everyone, but just so many things just came up.
Like, you know,
Right,
not one.
things came up. Okay, you've had 3 fucking weeks, Mega.
Wasn't it only 2?
No, it's 3 at this point.
But the thing is, I had friends that actually go hang out with that are actually dealing through tough
Look,
times
look.
right now.
There's no need for excuses. It's fine. I only watched 3 episodes as well. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'll talk more about it during my week, but
I mean, during the anime homework, yeah, but
I mean, there's also circumstances around stuff, but yeah.
okay.
I made better judgment decisions, essentially. So let's move past this. This is like the longest we've ever gone on without doing weeks.
Aside from, yeah, whatever.
Aside from the first one, which is like fucking 45 minutes long.
Aside from the ones that don't have any weeks in them, yeah.
Are there ones like that?
Yeah. Like, we didn't have the week structure until, like, the 12th one? No, that doesn't seem right.
Like we're gonna remember shit from like 3 years ago.
I know, but, like, it wasn't, this week structure wasn't always there. Like, especially Chris being the curator as well.
Speaking of, curator, do you think?
At some point, it did happen.
Man, that curator doing his thing, right?
That link
Man.
is still relevant.
Guess who's gonna go? You're going, Nick.
Please don't embarrass yourself.
I make no promises.
Obviously.
So, in the past 3 weeks, I have cried twice, watched like 5 seasons of anime, read through like 3 different mangas. So
Only
that's the
3.
thing.
So I guess this is a fine point. I was going to bring it up if I went first, but I guess since Nick fucking talked about it, I'm going to bring it up as just kind of a small thing that happened. 3 weeks ago, we decided that writing would be the anime we would watch.
Correct.
And it's not typical of Nick to fucking watch an anime as soon as we recommend it. He usually waits until like the last 2 or 3 days. But for some reason, Nick decided that immediately after the podcast, he was going to go and watch it. And the thing about last podcast is I woke up like super early to be part of it, and then I took a nap immediately after. So I woke up around 3 a.m., looked at my phone, and saw I had several messages from Nick. And the thing about motherfucking mobile notifications is you only see like the newest 2 or 3, and Nick sent like 5 or 4 or 5. And all I saw was, please kill me, I am literally crying right now. I'm like, what the fuck kind of doki doki situation am I in right now? So like for a hot fucking minute, I thought Nick was about to kill himself. Until I realized that he was talking about the anime.
I'm so sorry. I'm
Like-
really sorry.
What have you done?
The first 3 episodes of that anime were so depressing because everything that could possibly be wrong with an anime was wrong with that first 3 episodes. Like, everything about it was so insulting and so bad. Like, every single second that I was watching for those first 3 episodes, I just wanted to fucking die inside.
I don't think there was fan service.
There was no fan service. Like, everything about the show is awful. I want to really... Can we just do the anime homework now?
No.
No.
Aw.
We are a structured,
Okay.
civilized people.
Spoken.
We're
Okay,
leading.
well...
You see, what we're doing here is we're like advertising. We're being, the smart people. We're keeping people invested.
Well, basically, after those first 3 episodes, I had a fucking mental breakdown because I didn't, like, this was the first show that I legitimately, like, had no drive to watch again, like, at all after those first 3 episodes. Like, I cried because the prospect of watching the rest of those, like, 20-something episodes was so depressing to me. And, like, having to slog through every single bad fucking thing about the show again and again and again. Oh my god, it was so awful.
26 episodes, by the way.
Yeah. Eventually, like, after 2 weeks, I fucking finished it off. Wait, no, it wasn't 2. It was like 2 or 3 days or something. I don't remember, man.
Wow, you suffered from watch for this, didn't you?
I did. It got, like, very, 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 very slightly less worse after those first 3 episodes. Not enough to make me like the show in any way, shape, or form, because it's still fucking awful. And those first 3 episodes are going to stick with me for the rest of my fucking life because they were so fucking awful. Oh my god!
Why are we still on this earth? Just to suffer.
Seriously, like, I don't know if you understand the ramifications of this for me. Like, it's so bad, so awful that I cried from it. Like, it was so fucking depressing for me. Oh my god. I'll talk about it in more detail during the anime homework, but Jesus fucking Christ, the show is awful. Like, I hate it with every fiber of my being. Anyway, that was the first session of crying I had. The second session...
session?
The second session of crying I had in these past 3 weeks was from Doki Doki.
Oh, that's right. You finally fucking played it.
Yep, and it's fucking fantastic. I would have easily paid like $100 for that. No joke.
Why? That's no.
Because it's like I haven't had an experience like that was the first visual novel I've ever played, but I knew like the trappings of visual novels.
Because it's just anime fucking...
Yeah, basically. And so like I kind of knew what I was getting into, but like dude, that Doki Doki pulls it off so fucking well. It's incredible. Like on every single fucking layer. Like fucking like I've never had a game make me feel those kinds of emotions toward, like, fictional characters.
Man?
Huh?
Narrative games. Fucking visual novels, stuff like To the Moon, they're great.
Yeah. Like, the experience, like, I started playing it at, like, 2 in the morning, and I was like, I'll play it for an hour, whatever. I ended up going through the entire game in, like, 3 hours. I'm decently fast reader, so that helps.
Oh yeah, no, it takes other people like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 days ago, I watched someone else play through it on Twitch, and it takes that long.
But, like, the amount of, like, emotions that I felt, like desperation, fucking sadness, depression. Like, I went through the entire slew of emotions for Doki Doki, and it was fucking fantastic. Like,
yeah, but you fucking cried at a point I don't think that makes sense.
I mean, it was a combination of everything leading up to that, and the prospect of what's going to happen next that made me cry, mostly. In any case, yeah, Doki Doki, fucking fantastic game. I, like, to play it.
Did you ever see the fucking ARG stuff surrounding it?
No, I didn't look into it.
There's another game coming out this year.
Oh, from, same dude?
Salvato.
Yeah.
Whether it may be connected to this game, might not, who knows. Heavy speculation.
I'm hoping that he's funded for multiple years to come to make more games like that.
I do wonder. I have no expectations for anything even remotely close to Doki.
Here's
Because in
hoping.
all likelihood, it's not going to happen.
I know, but, like, god damn, that was good.
Like, at least to me, the strength, I can't really fucking say it, but the strength of the game lied in, like, that second and third act, in which, you know, things got played with. Just the overall fucking theme of the game in the later parts is what really made it pop for me. So I can't expect, you know, especially since it's coming from the same people, it's not going to work twice. So whatever.
I just hope more people are going to make games in the style of it, because, like, that's basically...
Let that become the new big thing.
I mean, if it's oversaturated, it's not going to work. But,
No.
like,
That's what'll happen.
but it's not going to be able to be oversaturated, because there's a lot of, like, nitty-gritty
No,
that has to be
fucking
implemented
doing that.
for it to be able to be executed on such a high level like that.
I don't know if this was a good or bad thing that you've started playing visual novels with this game, which is essentially a fucking meta-commentary on visual novels.
I mean, I'm really not going to ever, like, play any of the visual novels is the thing.
Probably should. If you had that kind of experience from this, I don't see why you wouldn't from any of the other ones. And
I
there
mean,
are certainly ones that are different, but also great.
like, I doubt any of the other visual novels are going to have as much detail as Doki Doki did.
I think you'd be surprised.
Alright, well,
Fucking throw out Katawa Shoujo or Machikoi.
He's going to college, which will drain all of his money and leave him in debt.
Ah, that too.
yeah.
He can take refuge in the fucking fake worlds of anime.
Yay. Anyway, the animes that I've watched are Food Wars Season 3, which, slightly worse than Season 2, I guess, but still really good. Then I read through the entire manga up to what's currently out for that, so that's good. Boku no Hero Academia Season 2, I'd already read up to where the manga currently is in My Hero Academia, just hadn't gone back to watch the anime, so did that.
What's the difference? Like, not like, you know, physical difference, but how does it, in your mind, stand in a written form versus the animated form?
A lot of the fight scenes come to life, well, obviously, but like a lot of the fight scenes are much better in the anime, at least for me. And that was like one of the main things I was looking forward to.
Imagination.
I mean,
like they just give you a picture, and you're like, okay, now I have to imagine the rest of the fight. And the anime is just like, nah, I'm gonna animate the rest of it for you. Don't worry your pretty little head over it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said this before, but I kind of prefer manga fight scenes to anime in some aspects. Like, I feel like imagination can make things a lot cooler, but that's just me. Stuff like One Punch Man easily fucking tropes the manga, though.
I mean, you got Madhouse animating that.
It's not tropes. Maybe tropes is fine. Don't know.
Trumps, I guess, would be better.
Yeah, certain things you can't get from manga, but certain things manga does better.
Yeah. So, yeah, I watched that and, caught up with the manga again. Then I watched through the entirety of Baby Steps, another sports anime, yeah. Good as Kurako no Basuke, so that's good. Like, everything that made Kurako no Basuke strong is evident in Baby Steps in one way or another. So that's good. And I've also started to read the manga for that. Then I've also gone back to read Soul Eater because I started reading the manga for it after, like, one of my rewatches of the anime. And I never actually finished it, so going back to the manga of that again. So that's good.
Yeah, but are you going to read the manga for not?
The manga thought? What?
The manga for not. Soul Eater not.
Oh. Probably not. I feel like the anime's gonna be like everything for that, and I've already seen the anime, so
Yeah, but completion, motherfucker, 100%.
Yeah. I might eventually get to it, I don't know. Otherwise, not much has happened. Like, most of my time has been spent, like, going through these animes and, reading through the mangas, which are fantastic, by the way. So, yeah, not much else for me.
Started an escapade of Fortnite.
Yeah, we started playing Fortnite, because...
Why not?
Yeah, basically.
It costs no money, so why not? That is, it's, I think, a slightly superior version of PUBG, because no fucking bugs, and well, at least less bugs, and no server-side latency issues due to fucking a majority of the people being from across the fucking world, and Nick sucks ass at it. I've learned.
I'm getting better. That's the important part.
It'd be really good if you learned that when we got shot, I should probably do something about getting shot. Or, close doors, simple things, aim, learn to use a sniper.
I don't think that's possible for me.
Needless to say, we've never won a game.
We got to the top 2 teams, then we got slaughtered.
Died, and you choked. All I'm hearing is you choked it away. It was not Dominic's fault, it was yours.
It was half my fault. I suck at aiming.
Plus, we didn't actually, like, make our own fortress, while the other team did.
We converted that fucking place in the ranch into a fucking, basically a story-level fucking fortress. No one got in.
No, I'm talking about the one where we were in the, like, storage boxes and whatnot.
Is there one where we were at storage boxes? I don't recall.
Yeah.
I just remember the one where we got, like, 3rd or 2nd place at the ranch.
Yeah, no, we were on the stairs leading upwards, and they had made a fortress across the way.
They were to heaven?
We ended it. I thought we died to the wall closing in on us, but apparently it was a grenade or something.
Oh, right, that one.
Yeah. Like, we had plenty of materials, but we didn't, like, think to make our fortress out of anything.
Such a fucking awkward thing to do, though.
Yeah, it's something you gotta learn to do.
Like, in single play, you can at least, like, 4 walls around you, jump, make some stairs. Hard to do with 2 people. We attempted it once, and it just didn't work.
Like, we have to coordinate it with each other while also avoiding being shot at.
I think the strategy would be to fucking do it side by side and make it like a 1x2. Or even a 2x2.
Yeah, try to separate it enough to where it can be, finished.
Individually build it and not fucking get in the way of each other.
Yeah.
It won't matter anyway, because everyone has fucking snipers and rocket launchers and grenade launchers and miniguns, so that shit's coming down anyway. Basically, we have not gotten good yet.
But we're getting there, slowly. And that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, fun is an applicable word.
Any case, I guess one other thing I did is expand my music library a bit more.
Of course you did.
Without saying, so...
I mean, I haven't been doing it
Else would
as
Blizzard do it this
frequently.
time?
Like, now I've been waiting for, like, a couple songs that I like to, like, build up and then put them in. For instance, we got Boku no Hero Academia openings 2 and 3. Madoka opening and ending, the first ones. Dragon Ball GT opening. The DB Super, it was Limit Break X Survivor, I believe.
That's actually a good one.
Yeah. Then we got Boruto openings 1 and 2. Dagashi Kashi opening. Baby Steps opening. And then, Riding opening. Because that's fucking good. Oh, yeah. Hang on a second. So, there's this site called listenonrepeat.com. Basically, it takes a YouTube video, puts it on there, and it puts it on repeat, basically. Now, there's this video called Akko's Goofy Faces, which I really like the sound of it and whatnot, so I've just had that playing in the background for a long time. And, you know, when I go to sleep for the night, I stop it and whatnot. There's this little stat tracker underneath each video that tells you how many times it's been repeated. And if you made an account or whatnot, you can see how many repeats you have for it. So I currently have 67,112 repeats out of 93,996. So I have like 66% of the repeats for Akko's Goofy Faces, is basically what I'm trying to say.
Is this like a point of pride now, or...
It's just a thing that happened, I guess. It equates to 260 hours, 59 minutes, and 28 seconds of listening to Akko's Goofy Faces.
Why, though?
I just put it on in the background. Listen, it's kind of nice just having it there. I'm kind of grown accustomed to it at this point, which is nice, I guess.
A sad one, filled with crippling depression.
On the note of fucking music and Dragon Ball's got good music.
Surprisingly so.
Like the new Fighters, I don't know if it's Fighters or Fighters Z.
It's Fighters. They said so on Twitter, apparently.
Fighters has some fucking good music. The best of which is Hit's fucking theme, and if you disagree, you're wrong. Jazz it up, motherfucker. What kind of music do you listen to, Mega? I don't think we've ever asked this question. If we have, I've forgotten.
Well, for me, like, it went from, like, one music to another one, but these days I can listen to pretty much almost anything, except for, I would have to say country. I'm not a big fan of that.
Oh, you're not a big fan of country?
What about
No, not really.
How about Finnish polka?
I can't say I've listened to any of that.
You said you listen to anything besides country? How about folk step?
Well, from what I've heard, I'm referring to. There's still a lot of
Death
like,
metal.
There's a lot of different kind of music I still haven't like tried to listen to.
There's a lot of esoteric genres that just make no sense. Very nitty gritty. If you play in a certain fucking chord at this point, it's this type of genre. It's not worth getting types. Just generally fucking rock, metal, pop, etc. What would you say you listen to most?
Most? These days, it's hard to answer that because, well, when I was younger, I started listening to pop because the first person that I actually remember listening to is Michael Jackson. And then I went from there. From there, I started listening to rap, which then I went to metal, which I don't remember how that transition happened. And these days, it's pretty much like I'll just listen to stuff from when I was a kid, stuff I still listen to now. And then sometimes there's even covers that I'll listen to.
All right. So you're a generally normal person.
Yeah, pretty
well-rounded. Good to know.
Otherwise, Chris.
What do you want?
Chris, Heroes
Fun?
Talk.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, goody!
Yay.
Heroes!
Well, it's a good thing I'm playing Lego Pirates right now.
Alright.
What has happened on Heroes?
Well, we got the new Sacred Stone banner with Mur, Laura, Shell, and Erica again.
Guess who got a Mur? Guess who got a Mur?
Guess who else got a Mur?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
She's good.
Yes, she is.
Blind Flying dragon. I don't have any dragons, but I do have a bunch of flyers. She fits in real well.
Oh, I have both flyers and dragons, and she's great in both of them.
Out of dragon. I have a tiki. That's kind of it.
I've got Naui, Ninian, Femcorin, A-Tiki, Faye, and Namur.
So you have all the dragons.
I don't have Young Tiki.
I do.
Oh, I have young tiki.
But
I have young tiki.
But, like, I've built all of them up with Lightning Breath Plus and Quick Riposte and
What the
whatnot.
fuck is it? Holy shit.
What?
You're
What?
fucking weird.
How is that weird?
Well,
Like, I have...
Sure, they have a slight variation in stats. They all basically do the same shit.
Yeah, but they're dragons, which is fucking fantastic. And I still have so many fucking, what are they called? Refining stones? Yeah, refining stones left over. Even after, like, refining a bunch of them. I also gave my Aura Slaying Edge Plus with speed, because that's better. So that's cool. So, the anniversary happened. Or is happening, I guess.
It's in the process. So we got a new legendary hero. It's just fucking Ike.
Again.
Like, come on! He can't win Choose Your Legends too. Fuck it, he's gonna be a legendary hero, because fuck you.
I guess so.
Fuck you, now we have three Ikes. We're one Ike away from Ike Emblem. Just wait for the fucking next holiday banner.
Valentine Ike.
No,
That one just came
Valentine's
out.
banner has already happened. Valentine's
Yeah.
banner has already happened. But, you know, I want to put him past them. Like St. Patrick's Day. Fuck you. We can do what we want. And
Here's another
you'll
Ike.
wail for it.
Irish fucking blackout drunk Ike.
We heard you
Wields a
like Ike.
fucking-
Here's another
He
Ike.
wields a fucking 4-leaf clover as a green mage.
That'd be fantastic.
He's an armored green mage with distant counter, because fuck you.
Wait, if he's a mage, what does he need distant counter for?
That way you like try to stab him, he freaking hits him with his club.
But he's a mage. He doesn't need distant counter.
But he's an armored mage. Oh, it's close counter. Whatever.
There you
fuck.
go.
It's essentially the same shit.
Yeah, basically.
Counterattack at any distance. But they released new Ike, and that's it. And they did choose your legends too, so we're getting Hector, Ephraim, and Celica, and Veronica.
Yep. Veronica was
I'm
the
looking
most
for.
surprising to me. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it all seemed...
I wasn't really paying that much attention, other than look at the subreddit and seeing people wanted Ephraim so bad.
Yeah.
Like, vote for him, vote for him.
I
You
used
do
all
not
my
vote for him, you're a heathen.
I used all my votes for Marissa, and then like halfway through that event, they were like, "Oh, hey, Marissa's a Tempest Trials unit." And I was like, "Yeah, all right, I'll still vote for Marissa, I guess."
Tempest Trials unit.
Yeah, like one of the free ones.
King Red Swords. Congratulations, you're now a red sword in the sea. But guess what?
Yeah.
You're not winning.
With the rep and refinery buffs, I added like, I've basically been spending like past 2 days just leveling up units for those rep and refineries. So like I leveled up Akeda, and she now has her wing sword refined and whatnot, flashing blade and whatnot. That's good. Then I also have Felicia with Felicia's plate, which is good.
Oh yeah, dude, that came out, and everyone was like, "Watch her ruin you."
Yeah, yeah. It's the only physical weapon that can target defense and res, regardless of what they're doing.
It's regardless of distance too. It doesn't matter what the enemy's attack distance is. It just says "fuck you."
Right, so she can target an armor.
Which is important.
whose res
Which is
low.
important because dragons are also powerful for that reason. When their breaths refine their breaths, if they're attacking a unit with an attack range of 2, it targets the lower defense, which means your defenses mean nothing unless you're already a disgustingly tanky unit.
Right, like Winter Lissa, I guess, whose defense and
Winter
res are
Lissa.
already really high.
Winter Lissa, Sheena. I don't have any other people, but there's a lot of people whose defenses match up, and it doesn't really matter to them anyways. But for a lot of other people, like a lot of the typical armor people, like Hector,
Or Effie.
Black Knight, they just get shit on.
Yep, like Iglesias
let me
will
just
just
hit you. Fucking res.
devour
Let me hit
them.
you in your fucking res stat. Oh, you're dead.
They get
What else?
absolutely decimated.
Yeah. So Felicia turned from tier shit to good.
Plus, it
Raven,
has 14
Raven got
attack
decent.
on it.
Yeah, that's 14 attack. Raven got pretty good.
Dude, life
Life
and
and death
death
on his
6.
weapon. Special, all accelerating special trigger.
Dude, that's so good.
Holy shit!
Like, you slap Desperation on him, and he takes one hit from anything, and he can just destroy his opponent.
He went from meh to fucking holy shit. Here's the axe. Here's the infantry axe unit. There is no one else. Don't talk about Barter or Barst or anyone. This is the guy.
He is the ultimate in axing.
I'm happy that they gave him that though, because I had a 5-star Raven just sitting around.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, oh, well, now he's salvageable.
How many spaces in your barracks do you have?
Not much. It gets bad every fucking manner.
I have 680.
What the fuck?
So I don't like sending home units, so whenever I reach the cap,
What
I'm
the
just
fuck
like,
is wrong with you? I don't like sending them units. Bitch, send all those fuckers home.
but I don't wanna.
Well, half of them are useless.
I
I'm
know,
sure a
but,
good
like,
half of those fuckers are used. You keep the 3 stars. Tell me they're all 4 stars. Tell me it's
I
600.
keep the 3 stars.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What? Like, if they're
No!
gonna-
No!
Never.
I mean, I don't like keep up on their IVs or anything. So when, like, for instance,
Oh my god, no!
for instance, with Cadence,
Oh! No!
I was like, oh, she's getting a new thing. May as well look at my Cadence. I had like 5 of them. Found one, like, oh, that has good IVs. Upped. I still have the other ones. Like, the reason I keep them is, like, because
No.
I'm thinking,
No.
oh, I might plus 10
No.
this character one day. So I keep it.
No! Never plus that again.
Like, Chris, the units. It's
I'm never gonna plus 10. I'm gonna 5-star plus 10 character. I'm not gonna use, and that's the end of the fucking story. The best they're gonna get is 4-star plus 10 because I happen to get them enough 4 stars of them. That's about it. Every 3-star can be sent away unless it happens to be a unit. That happens to be fucking Sonata. Sonata, he gets to stay because Fury 3. What do I need to put for this unit's A skill?
yeah, let's just throw Fury in there. Why not?
And just Fury, and it works for like everyone.
Except, like, can healers
The
use
only
Fury?
people I don't think no, they can't use Fury. But it works for basically everyone, and only units that don't really want it of infantry pull in case they weren't an attacking unit anyways. What else happened? We got the new Valentine's banner.
Mm-hmm. It's got Hector.
They're all fucking armored units, except for Roy and Lilina.
Isn't it like
Hector's-
half of the armors in the game are now seasonal units?
Sad, they're all seasonal and all sucks. And they all gave them the weapons that says, "Hey, Blade Tomes, fuck you."
Yeah.
Hey, you know how Blade Tomes are the thing? What if we made seasonal units with weapons that said "fuck you"? Which kind of sucks. And it means that now you're gonna see them in the arena. You can't do your best because your best isn't enough because your buffs are gone. But at least since they're seasonal units, they won't spawn in like Tempest Trials.
Right. So that's good.
Nino is safe to run Tempest Trials until they release a unit in.
Speaking of, we had 2 Tempest Trial minis.
Tempest Trials are things.
Right. This was the first one that actually, like, switched around my team after, like, certain characters got to 4,000 hero merit. So that way I could get more hero merit. So that was a thing.
They have decided to throw a rhythm game inside the fucking mobile game. This is the stupidest idea, and it adds nothing to the game other than a way for them to get you to tap the screen a couple times to get something. It's literally just, every other state, it's either orbs or arena medals, and you need arena medals to refine weapons. And the only way to get arena medals is to play arena every day. So roughly, you get like anywhere from like 80 arena medals, sometimes 100 if you're lucky in a day. And this is just like, hey, here's an orb, here's 100 arena medals, here's another orb, here's another 100 arena medals. They're like slowly releasing the levels every day. But it's a completely useless fucking addition.
Chris?
Somebody greenlighted this. Somebody greenlighted this bullshit.
Chris, what would you say if I said that I S-ranked everything on normal, hard, and casual expert?
You have no fucking life, is what's wrong with you.
So 440.
There's no... So, like every fucking rhythm game, there's a ranking system, basically, and you only get the best rank if you hit every fucking thing at the right time. What Nick did is excessive, because you just need to play a level once on no matter what. Because technically there's a casual and there's an expert mode, and then there's normal, and then there's hard. Nick apparently has basically played a level at the very least 4 times. Mind you, there's 12 levels, so he's played them at least a minimum 48 times. However, that doesn't account for him fucking up, and there's no way he's gonna get it right the first time. So he's probably played times. Nick has no fucking.
Yes, I have played them all.
I got my reward and got the fuck out.
I like the rhythm game, I guess. Okay.
Just buy a fucking rhythm game.
But that costs money.
You know what? No, you know what? You don't even know to buy it. Fucking download Osu, I think it's called.
Yep.
Download that. You're fucking set, you loser.
But that involves like moving your mouse around with fast and clicking.
You do that to watch anime. Fuck you.
But then I don't get to see Lukina do her, like, attack.
You sad, depraved child.
I like the rhythm game, okay, Chris? Is that so bad?
Yes, because it's a fucking blight upon the fucking game. Like, here we go. What is the least amount of effort we could put into this game? Other than like throwing some stats on a board and making a hero. We could make a rhythm game. Too easy. That's it. You're gonna force R&D to do that now. How do you feel?
It's a good rhythm game.
No, it's not. It's a shitty rhythm game.
It's a
shitty rhythm game. It's just tap the screen at the right moment. It's nothing different.
But I get to see Lukina attack.
There's no fucking reward. It's
so
not even
cool.
good music. It's just Fire Emblem music, which is
Fire Emblem music is good. It's so good.
No, it's not that good anyway. No, not for a fucking rhythm game. Those were meant to be played. Those tunes are meant while you're looking at a map, thinking about what move you're making next, not to fucking tap the screen at the same time. That's not how this works. You're fucking stupid.
It's so good, Chris.
No, you're part of this cancerous bit of the fan base we need to cut from the game.
It's so good.
No, it's stupid. It's fucking stupid. The only benefit from it is the fact that they gave us free.
It's so good.
The only good that came out of it. No, it's not good. You're
so
stupid. You're fucking stupid. I don't think anything else has happened. There's like more events coming up. Like they're gonna release another new legendary hero. They're releasing new hero. Choose Your Legends 2 will eventually happen.
That's gonna happen in August, though.
Oh, fucking wonderful. That's far as fuck.
I mean, it's gonna happen around the same time as the last Choose Your Legends.
I mean, then again, they didn't put. But there's gonna be a new legendary hero in like the middle of days, actually, like a week.
Something like that. Let me look up the calendar.
Yeah, there's gonna be a new legendary hero to last slot. I don't know what slots there are. I don't know the legendary hero. We have wind, we have ice, and we have earth. There's the fire. We need the fire hero. This will probably be the fire hero. Who could be a fire hero? Oh my god, if they make it Roy, I'm just gonna lose. Oh man, it's a Roy, but he's a red flyer and he has a flaming sword. Red here, he's in legendary. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. It won't totally end in a fucking night. That's about it for Fire Emblem.
Next legendary hero banner is gonna be on the 28th.
You're still doing this? Holy
Yeah,
shit.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. It's the end of the month. So end of the month, we're hopefully gonna get the next fire hero, and not just like another wind, ice, or earth hero. That would be fucking stupid.
I mean, supposedly the next like mode that they're gonna release is gonna be something to do with.
It's a mode for only for legendary heroes and those that have their blessings applied, which is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
That means they have to. That means you have to pull a legendary. You either have to pull a legendary hero, which, mind you, have only appeared on their banners, and they only come with like one blessing, and you have to pray that they give you another blessing somewhere.
I mean, Chris,
So not a lot of heroes are blessed.
Like the quest recently and the like training maps, those have been giving out blessings like crazy. Like I have 4 water blessings and 4 wind blessings now because of the quests.
Congratulations! You can have basically. You can make 8 heroes, and you can make 2 rigid teams or 2 semi-fluid. Not great. Not great, and it's not a great mode. I mean, it's kind of nice because it does give something for, I don't know, it gives something for whales to do after they make their 5-star plus 10. Oh man, now I can give these blessings to my other 5-star plus 10s so they can participate in the content. But other than that,
I mean, we don't know what the mode's gonna be aside from that. Like, oh, these guys are gonna be there, so we should wait and see how it is.
like when the guides come out and it's like, well, I blessed the wrong hero. Legendary Ikusodas.
He's got a better ether,
He's
is his main selling point.
That's his oldie selling point.
Yeah.
Better.
I mean, you can hear
But he
it
can't give
warding breath off him, I guess.
Can't give it to anyone either. Stuck to him, which is kind of disappointing. Because man, can't wait to see another fucking solo video. Look at my 5-star plus 10 unit that soloed this content, guys. It has the slaying equivalent of whatever the fuck its weapon is, and also it has probably like Fury. Plus, it has Aether. Just enough defenses to outlast anything. Last anything enough to proc Aether. Look at how good it is. Any unit that you take the time to 5-star plus 10 will be kind of good, unless it's fucking Odin, because Odin's attack is terrible and is not salvageable.
Yeah.
Fucking try it. He is not salvageable.
Like, oh, he has Barblade.
Everyone else gets to a fucking point where everyone else at 5-star plus 10, you'll look at their fucking unit and you're like, holy shit.
Stats are so high.
Your stats are so high.
And then there's Odin.
His stats are shit.
Like,
I think, isn't the only person worse than him, like fucking, Oz was a fucking healer?
maybe? I don't remember the BST charts.
All I know is Odin's Garbo, and he's just Blarblade farther. Oh look, a new blue tome unit. Better like pull one of my Odins out of the fucking trash heap. Blarblade immediately.
So the lowest BST unit is Shigure from the PA banner.
I mean, that makes sense because he's a fencer, and that's okay.
Yeah.
They have lowered stats. We keep increasing stats. It's not good.
The highest BST is Winterlissa.
Hey,
At 175.
hey. A little bit, because Fjorn. Yeah, let me use my special. I take 30% less damage, and then my fucking B skill is. So I also take another 5 on top of that, and then I retaliate with the same amount of damage I reduced, and you're like, I can't use a ranged unit. But Winterlissa will kick you.
I think that's it for heroes.
There's
Thank
not.
God.
There's like nothing else really. I mean, they made some quality of life changes, like the Tempest Trials and the Voting Gauntlet and the new fucking rhythm game have been consolidated to a single menu on the bottom right, while in the top left is where maybe the legendary hero thing is gonna go. No one really knows.
That was more for space saving issue. Like, oh, we need more modes. Here we go.
What else did they change? The other thing they've really changed that makes a difference is the fact that now the manic is all the dragons transform once and stop. That's it.
I don't really like that change. I like seeing the
Transform
animation
once
every time.
fucking stop. You're fucking weird.
What, seeing a tiny
I don't
little girl
see-
transform into a giant dragon? What's not to like?
I don't care because I've already turned the animations off. But so it doesn't really change anything.
It depends on what I'm doing if I leave them on. Like, if I'm doing arena or, like, single off modes, I turn it on. But if I'm doing, like, training where there's a bunch of enemies, I usually turn it off because otherwise it goes way too slowly.
Tempest Trials.
Yep. Or, like, the training maps, because I've been using those quite liberally. And
Another big thing they did. The biggest changes is the fact that the first couple of Grand Hero battles they have enough to cover the week now, so they now just rotate them out every day.
Wait,
So
it's gonna
no
be for the
longer,
entire year?
I don't know. Was this always supposed to be a?
No. I thought they were gonna. Oh no. Okay, yeah, because that's okay. So the quests for each of the GHPs is
Oh yeah, it's now in the huge year quest one.
Right.
This is what you're gonna do over the year, and so essentially, every day it'll be a new Grand Hero battle, which is nice because it'll allow new guys once they obtain good units to get the Grand Hero battle units they've missed out on, which none of them they're not all half bad. Some of the, at least I know, female Robin is the only one with blue Tonebreaker in the game.
For
mind
some
you.
reason.
No one else has blue Tonebreaker. Only her. It's weird.
I think that's like the only skill like that as well. That isn't like locked to the character.
Yeah, no, I think Xander's part of the rotation too. Ray,
Yeah,
Ray
it's
for you people missing
Xander.
Xander.
It's Xander, McCallus, Lion.
McCallus is good. McCallus is fucking Lion.
Oh no,
He's
Lloyd.
fucking... Oh, the red sword unit
Yeah.
that literally no one uses.
Yep. It's
Skill
Lloyd.
is literal ass.
It's Lloyd,
If
McCallus.
it has 100%
Xander.
HP. Gain like I think he has Swift Sparrow, but it's only if the opponent has 100%.
It's also
Like-
Swift Sparrow 1, so attack and speed +2.
Oh, good. That's wonderful. that is so good. Tier S plus.
Then there's Narcian, Navarre, and Ursula for the last three. Ursula's a blue
has a
horse
small
mage,
niche.
so Blardblade is nice.
She has a small niche.
Narcian is tanky at the very least, so that's good. And then there's Navarre.
Don't use Navarre.
He's so bad.
Don't use Navarre.
So bad.
He has high speed. Has nothing else. His speed is super high. His speed is high, but not really that high. But everything else is super.
So bad.
But there's female Robin if you happen to need blue Tonebreaker on a unit. Callus is a couple flyers, but he's really.
He has a really high defense stat, and with his Hatacleur being refinable, that makes it even better. So you can just run like Quick Riposte, Bonfire, Ignis, and then
Just
go to
use
town.
Flying Fortress Brute. Easier to obtain, and she still kicks a lot of ass. They fulfill so similar roles.
Plus,
Xander,
I mean,
okay.
Xander's fantastic.
Xander's okay.
He's a free
Fortunately,
distant
he's a-
counter built into his weapon.
He's a free distant counter built into his weapon. Unfortunately, he happens to be an anime phase unit in Cav team, which usually are player phase.
Not.
I mean,
the
it's
way-
kind of nice. It's kind of nice.
The way I usually play with him is I send my Bolin forward attack, and then I reposition her back, and then Xander on the anime phase attacks whoever's going up to them with the return.
Kind of what I usually.
So it's a hybrid team, but works like that. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I use him for too. Reinhardt's sister. Owen. He usually is relegated to drawing the enemy, and then everyone else swoops in and kills everything. You thought you were facing one dude whose sword can apparently stab you from very far away. Nah, forgot his glorious harem running behind him. Oh god, that's a weird way.
No, Chris, it works just fine.
But that's it.
Yep, Heroes. Still playing it.
Heroes. It's a game. It's still running. But at the rate it's going, it's not doing much.
One last thing for my week is that I cut
No.
28...
Oh, I thought it was Heroes. Never mind.
No, we're done with Heroes. One last thing. I cut 28 minutes from the last podcast, which was a mixture of dead air, breathing, and other such things.
Okay. Why was there so much?
We just don't talk sometimes.
Whatever. It works.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, anyway, that's the end of my week. Curator, do your thing.
Alright, so who's... Alright, let's go, Canadian man.
Alrighty.
What have you
Well,
what have you spent your money on? Yeah. That's most of it.
Not that much, but I'll get to that after saying, so far this month sucks, even though it just started, because a lot of people that I know seems to be having a lot of problems that I've been trying to help them out with. Even I had a small problem, but that kind of got cleared up. It wasn't anything too bad. So for the last few weeks, it's pretty much been I've been trying to help out my friends. Work has been kind of rough.
Have there been many dogs in your work, for instance?
No, just we've been getting a lot more boxes than usual around this time, especially Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Oh my god. Most of the boxes that we ended up getting at work went to my truck. So my truck was like almost full. Like it was just barely enough to fit like a couple skids right at the end. It was just so busy that day. And it was pretty much like we were all tired after work. And almost everyone actually came out to me and told me how good of a job I did with how busy it was. It kind of surprised me. Didn't expect that one. I did get some things in the mail that I ordered either before the last podcast or a little bit after. There was 2 original Xbox games, which is Star Wars Obi-Wan and Star Wars Starfighter Special Edition, which I find it funny that the Special Edition was like 10 cents more than the Standard Edition.
Wait, 10 cents?
Yeah, because the regular edition for the Starfighter game was like $730 something, and the Special Edition was like $740 something. So I decided to go with the Special Edition because why not? I actually ended up finding a Game Boy Advance game brand new, so I bought that, which is Duel Masters, Kaijudo's Showdown, which I actually did watch the anime for a little bit, but it got stupid, so I kind of stopped watching it. So I vaguely know how to play
really?
this. We're not talking about that anime.
Not yet.
We're just talking about something very similar to something you just said.
Well,
Fade in.
For me, it's pretty much like I started not enjoying like the card game itself. In the game, I in the anime I found interesting, but it's just I started not liking the characters. They got annoying.
Card game, man. What do you expect?
Yeah. But since I got it brand new, there's actually a pack in here which I haven't opened up yet. But those are the only 3 games that I got in the mail. Everything else I got are movie-based, which are Super Sentai stuff. Surprise,
Of
surprise.
course.
One of them is a kind of versus movie for Go Kaijers, which is the Super Mega Force Japanese version, and Space Sheriff Gavin. The other one, which is a 3 disc DVD with 15 movies on it from the first series, at least up to I don't remember which series it was, but it's not like all like at least 1 hour movies. The first one that I watched was like a 20-minute movie, which is how apparently it used to go back then. And when I saw the villain of the very first show, it answered my question on why we never got like an English version of it.
Why's that?
Well, the main villain is dressed in white, pretty much like a KKK member.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would be a pretty good reason, yeah.
Yep. I never knew why, and then I saw the 20-minute movie, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, that would explain it." Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't I didn't watch the other ones yet. What else did I do besides that? I saw my niece and nephew a couple times.
What are their names?
Or is that something you don't want to say, which makes perfect sense considering...
Well, I could say the first name, just not the last name. Yeah, Claire and Paul.
That's surprisingly normal.
Yeah.
But did you think that Mega was his real name?
I didn't. What? No, I already know Serge, but fucking Claire and Paul. It's like we're normal, and I would expect. Most people these days are fucking going out of their ways to make everything unique. So you know.
Well, for Paul, it's actually my brother-in-law's idea for his name because he actually had a family member that he was close to, and his name was Paul, so he kind of named.
That seems to happen a lot.
Yeah,
that's how my name. I have a fucking uncle with the same name as mine, and then my brother's name is my middle name. So it's meh.
My name was taken from a Western movie with someone like Nico Toscani, I think it was. So Nick, Chris, do you know what your name is from?
No, I don't.
Mega, I didn't ask you. I asked Chris.
Oh, I thought you were asking me. My bad.
I mean, I was gonna ask you after Chris, but thank you for answering, I guess.
What's up?
Do you know what you were named after, if anything?
Actually, no. No, I'm a junior. There we go.
Your father's name's Chris?
Also, at the same time, see my niece and nephew. My grandma lives in the basement where my sister lives. So at the same time I see my niece and nephew, I get to spend time with my grandmother.
Is she on her way out, or...?
I mean, everyone is.
I mean, yeah, but some are closer than others.
Well, honestly, my grandma's still doing good right now, so... But, pretty much, like, when my niece and nephew goes to bed is when I spend time with her. And that's around the time where my mom normally is around, and my old neighbor, so we just end up playing like a card game all together as we just laugh and talk about stuff. Let's see, what else did I do? My boss actually made me watch the original Star Trek movie.
He made you?
Well, my boss at work is actually a big movie person, like I am. And at one point, he started talking about some of the Star Trek movies. And when I told him that I haven't seen any of them because I'm not a Star Trek fan, he was pretty much like, "Oh, like you should try to watch them." And na. And then eventually, I was like, "You know what? I'll try to at least watch the first remake movie." And then he started getting into like he started saying if I watch that, I won't understand like a lot of stuff. Like I would have to go like all the way back. So I was like, you know what? I'm curious on how the first movie is. I'll check it out. And then a couple days after, I ended up watching it. And to my surprise, I didn't hate the movie. It was okay. But there's one big thing that doesn't hold up today, though, which is well, at this point, since Star Trek was off the air for like, I think it was 10 years, and then the movie got released. There's a lot of scenes where it's like, oh my god, look at this new ship they're gonna have for like 20 minutes, where we're gonna loop the Star Trek theme like twice, but it sounds different.
What do you mean?
Well, as Star Trek wasn't on TV for like 10 years at this point, so when the movie was made, they had a lot of cinematic shots where like you would go around the ship that they're gonna be in for the mission, and just to like see how detailed it is for the time and everything. Well,
One time I had to take the other guy didn't even have an idea he had a spaceship, and he ended up being. He had to take me to Maine so I could get him. Came back.
Chris, what the fuck are you talking about?
There are. I have roommates too.
Okay. Can you mute yourself when you're talking to them?
No.
Why?
Bad. Can you mute yourself when your roommates are in your room? I know.
Yes, I do that now.
Apparently not enough. You made an entire video about it.
Not enough because apparently you made an entire
I mean,
video.
the audio that I have is different from the audio that you hear. Like, I use Audacity, and, you know, squeals are in there. But, like, what you guys hear is the push-to-talk me, which is what the viewers get in the end. But I have to listen to all the individual things in between.
Oh, woe is you.
Anyway, why can't you use push-to-talk or what? Or are you playing a video game? You probably play a video game, I guess. What the fuck is that?
So
What do I usually do while we're doing the podcasts?
You play video games or watch the anime homework.
Oh shit.
Ow.
I think we'd know if he was watching the anime. He'd be crying.
Have you watched the anime yet, Chris?
I watched all of it because it was a mech anime.
What the fuck?
Okay.
That's gonna be fun to listen to later.
Listen, it was a mech anime.
Yeah.
I have to watch all of this. I can't just not watch all of this. I watched all of it.
If there is a mech at any
Regret.
point, Chris will watch all.
I regret. Run away.
I wonder why.
I needed to go back.
Again,
Hey, you can watch the first episode. Just go watch the Fate series. It's better.
Yeah, it is.
again,
Even though there aren't any
I'm-
mechs.
again, I'm sorry.
Mega, shut up. You did this
It's
on
my-
purpose.
You know
No,
what? There's no mechs in
and
the Fate
it's-
series, but I won't give up. There's so many servants. It's amazing.
And it's still my week, so technically I'm the one that should be talking.
No. Fuck off.
I don't have anywhere to fuck off to.
Fuck yourself off then?
Maybe later?
Or you could do it right now?
Probably not.
I mean, we wouldn't really be able to know. So you could easily do it in
Unless I
secret.
hold down the push to talk button,
I mean, do you make that much noise when you do it?
depending how good it feels.
Just bought that.
Okay. Like,
So,
do you use lubricant or something?
If I have some around me.
For instance, your spit?
I'm fucking playing Monster Hunter, and I kind of zoned out. What the fuck just happened? I'm fighting a giant ass. So there's stuff about
Friends play Monster. Once. For 100 platoon.
What else did I do the last few weeks? I lost my train of thought on that.
No one's gonna say anything, alright?
No, you'll hear when we watch the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
whatever.
guess.
So yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, I was watching the Star Trek movie. I still need to watch the other ones, but I'm not in a hurry for. Oh yeah, I've actually beaten quite a bit of games since the last podcast. If you guys remember, during the last podcast, I was playing Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. I beat that, and then I played all 4 of the Batman games that I have on the GameCube. That was something. For the record, don't play Batman Dark Tomorrow unless you want to play a Batman game that has old Resident Evil controls and isn't that.
I'll take note of that.
I would say play Batman Begins on the GameCube or like original Xbox or whatever, because that was actually fun. And I started playing Mega Man Network Transmission.
What kind of Mega Man game is that?
It actually takes place in between Battle Network 1 and 2.
Okay.
From reading, it does have something fun
Is it in the style of the Battle Network games, or is it in the style of like the original?
Kind of a mixture of both in a way. Like the background and the story and everything is Battle Network, but instead of like how you play with the Game Boy Advance versions, it's a 2D platformer. But you still have like the battle chips, all the Battle Network characters are there, all the navies and everything. The one big difference when it comes to the battle system in it, though, with it being 2D, when you destroy like one of the viruses, it drops a battle chip, and instead of just gaining more and more, it stacks up on the battle chips you already have. For example, we'll say if you start the game with 5 cannons. When you destroy one of the cannons and it drops a battle chip, it adds on to what you currently have. So you would have 6 at this point until it's maxed out, which is 30, I believe. So then, as you're playing or fighting a boss or whatever, you have 30 cannon battle chips that you can just use when you select it. So for a long period of time, I just had that until I found the updated versions of those. And when I started getting enough of those, I switched out the original canon for the updated ones. And some of the bosses are a little bit challenging at first, but then there are some bosses that is actually easy. Like when you have kind of like one 3 net navies that you fight in one area after another, I beat all 3 of them without dying once. And then I got to the net navi in quotes after them, and then I just kept dying horribly because it was actually kind of challenging. Still haven't beaten the game though, but I'm getting very, very close to beating it.
All right.
Let's see, what else did I do? Oh, I got the new set for Yu-Gi-Oh!
Did they add something new?
There's new types of monsters, more Link monsters, which I actually end up getting the Link monster that I actually wanted. Actually, on the talk of Yu-Gi-Oh, the new ban list came out at the beginning of the month, which that list is actually very surprising because there's 2 cards that's not banned anymore. That's at 1, which is Solemn Judgment and Monster Reborn.
Wait, Monster Reborn's at 1?
Yeah.
What?
And Solemn Judgment.
It's one of a 40 card deck. You might not even
Still,
dead in the beginning of the duel. It's completely dead in your starting hand. Assuming you go first, it's completely dead in your starting hand because you look at it, you're like, good. I want it's not completely dead, but it's.
When was the last time we played Yu-Gi-Oh?
But it's an unsearchable normal spell card that can not actually turn the tide of the duel.
I think it was the last I was bored, so fuck it.
Yeah, that tournament was the last time 4 of us played Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, if you guys wanted to play Yu-Gi-Oh again, I can send you the thing for links.
I've been thinking about it. What's cracking there? Been thinking about it, but there's still some fucking too much shit to fucking look through. It'd be interesting to do at some point.
I think that's pretty much it on my end. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the end of my week. Well, my weeks.
All right.
Curator, do you think?
Be the change that we need. Throw us for a loop. Be the next one. And you failed. Last 3 weeks of fucking life, it's basically been nothing but school and D&D and playing games. Well, let me tell you, I've been working a lot on D&D, but it never fucking ends. Every time I think about fucking doing something in D&D, I think, okay, I'm going to incorporate this way. Like, this is not like fucking, like, you know, making story beats or anything. Like, certain things are like constructing certain things that happen in the story, but nothing that would like immediately affect us anytime soon. It's just like I'm going through and making world maps and history and fucking I'm going all out. Fuck it. I'm doing everything I can conceivably think of to make this as proper as possible. I think I sent you the Discord discourse, whatever it is. A fucking yeah. It's a fucking.
Can't wait for us to have to travel to that island with a desert, lonely mountain once because I'm on the top of the fucking mountain.
You know, I mean, I'm not actually done with that yet. That's a fucking work in progress. Most of this stuff isn't done.
But either the final place, or we find a hero, or we find something that's gonna help us in our quest there.
I'm not going to comment, but it's been fun.
Giant dragon. The Dragon Slayer sword exists on the top of a mountain in the middle of the sea. Now we're gonna go.
That's a good question, actually. The more I'm going into, let me actually fucking.
Yeah, a hole.
Where's the fucking chat here?
Oh,
fucking. Let me fucking put a copy of it.
No,
Happening here. Why are you being difficult now, Curse? There we go. There's a fucking copy of it, a more updated one too.
Actually, I did forget one slight thing that I'm technically going to do after the podcast.
What's that?
Well, on Twitch, I realized that I'm actually a little bit over 50 followers. So if I actually start streaming again, then I can potentially get bits.
Bits.
I mean, you need concurrent viewer count for that. Like they ow.
No, I know that's why
I ripped off my headset. Hang on.
Okay. I agree to these times.
Okay, that hurt.
I know about the views thing. That's why I'm gonna try to stream again.
They give you like a roadmap of what you need to get to be to that point. I forget where to find it though.
Yeah, well, when I got to the 50 followers last night, I found out
first things inside the slots.
Well, I found out first of all that there's apparently achievements on Twitch.
Push it inside the slot.
And when I found that out is when I found out about the whole I need to stream consistently
really
and get a certain amount of views.
Yeah, here it is. Okay.
Which difficult. It's difficult.
Yeah, it's 3 views that you at least have to have.
Concurrent.
Yeah.
I would love to become a streamer. I just don't have the fucking time.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of people.
Well, that's why for me, like, I want to, but it's just like I need to find the right motivation. And apparently the people that were just following me from a friend's stream yesterday are going to make sure that happens.
It's difficult. You need luck. Everyone who's currently, you know, at the top, they're there for 2 things. They're there because they're fucking persistent and they're lucky. You need both of those things.
Oh, that is true. But that's why I need that motivation to like just stream and then the patience to just wait till people just show up.
It's going to be a lot of patience. It's so oversaturated these days.
Yeah.
But so many people are now so like focused
I'm
on
going
like,
to go do the formation thing.
Alright.
That's why people are so focused on doing a single game or a type of game. Like the variety streamers are the ones that are fully established at this point. You know, they have like 1,000 people following like every time they stream. At that point, you can kind of deviate. But before then, you basically got to do one thing, and that's how you build yourself up.
Like, for instance, moon_OW. He started streaming, like, 2 years ago, and he's played, like, exclusively Overwatch for, like, a year or so. At which point, he started to, like, branch out into other games. And he still plays Overwatch, but he does other games now as well. But for that first year or so, it was just Overwatch.
I watch people that play Escape from Tarkov basically exclusively because I'm interested in the game, and I've come to like the people that play it, so I stick with them when they do other stuff. That's how it works.
See, that's the thing with me. Like, I want to be able to stream on Twitch, and the idea that I have is, well, I have a shit ton of games that I still haven't touched to beat, so I can use Twitch for that. Where it's
your market would basically be niche, esoteric, and retro games, but that's very difficult.
Plus-
Especially very difficult.
Plus, that market's already cornered by Proton John for the most part.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think it's cornered. I think someone does it, but there's always room for more.
well, like for me, we'll see if I we'll take the Duel Masters game that I got in the mail, for example. Like let's say if I start playing that, I would play that until that I beat it, and then after that, I could be like, hey, okay, so I'm gonna play this game now, or I could be like, hey, so here's a couple of games that I want to play, and I'm just gonna let the people that watch me pick which one that I play next.
You see, that works when you have a following already established.
Or if you have friends that come to watch.
Yeah, you need people. And getting those people, you need to fucking, have the people. You need to fucking have an established routine. It's difficult. It's time-consuming. It's grading. It's a grind. Unless, you get a lot of that first aspect of lucky.
Yeah.
Well, when at the stream, my friend's stream that I was at yesterday, when I told everyone that, hey, because I'm at 50 followers now at least, I'll try to stream tomorrow, and everyone in the chat were just like happy to hear that.
Did any of them show up to the stream?
Oh no, the stream's gonna happen after the podcast.
Oh, you said that yesterday. Okay.
So it's pretty much like, let's see, what time is it here? It's 8:45. So I'm gonna guess the podcast might finish at around like 10 or 11 my time, which is when like I would start the stream, like get everything ready. I have the Castlevania game I started streaming like 2 months ago to finish, so I would just stream that.
What Castlevania game?
Circle of the Moon for the Game Boy Advance.
Okay. See, I've been trying to play a Castlevania game. I think Symphony of the Night for PS1.
Yeah, it came out original on the PS1.
I've been trying so hard to emulate that game, but fucking it doesn't work. PS1 emulators just don't work with that game.
That I know of, it got released on Xbox Live Arcade, and I think it's on PSN as well.
The problem with that, there's no safe or reliable 360 or PS3 emulators yet.
True.
Which is very strange. A lot of fucking companies have been taking steps to prevent emulation.
Well, there's a way to play on the PSP.
PSP. That's an emulator I use a lot for Monster Hunter. I'll look into it. I really want to play that game. I think it was on Xbox Live Arcade. I played a demo for it, and I thought it was really cool. I just didn't have, when I was a kid, I didn't have money to buy anything. So I wasn't exactly eager to.
Like, I don't have it on the PS1. My full experience with it is on Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah.
And I've beaten it, and I have all the achievements with it. And let me tell you, trying to find every single room in the game is actually challenging. Especially when you're at 99 point something percent and you're just missing that one room.
I know that feeling.
And then you realize that there's actually a room when you look at the map and you see one specific area where you see there's a door, but you forgot to actually go. I will say I'm actually happy that Yanzer helped me with that. Because she noticed that and she told me, I was like, oh, fuck.
I see.
Do you still talk to her?
Oh, yeah. I'm still actually good friends with her.
All right.
That's good, at the very least.
We try to, at least once a week, like, go on Skype, talk, like, how things are, and try to finish Naruto. Which, actually, that's going to happen tomorrow, if nothing comes up.
So, what's the difference between when you guys were dating and now?
Oh, boy.
We talked a little bit less, for one. But
I mean, it wasn't a proper breakup, though, wasn't it? Wasn't it just like a space thing?
No, like she's dating someone right now.
Never mind then.
It's pretty much like when I was going through my my depressed breakup, emotional stuff.
That happened for like a month, yeah.
Yeah. She technically got back together with one of her exes.
All right, so that's the story.
So
All
is it basically just you guys talk less?
For the most part, yeah, because like I have my own stuff, she has like her own stuff, and yeah, it's pretty much like we're still there for each other if something comes up. But for the most part, it's like yeah, it's just talk a little bit less. But when we Skype, we just like go through everything that we've been going through. So always, yeah, I've been doing this, I've been doing this, obviously work, and so on and so on.
All right.
Actually, her birthday was a couple days ago.
You didn't say happy birthday, Mega?
I did.
Okay.
It's pretty much like on the which it was on the 7th, and as soon as I woke up, like I grabbed my phone, I checked for Yu-Gi-Oh news, and then I went on Facebook and wrote to her happy birthday.
All right. I ask because I find it interesting, like how close a like friendship can be to like people dating and such.
Oh,
and like
well,
what actually changes when it's like official and not.
Well, that's the thing. Like, there are some people like after they go through a breakup, like they try to stay friends or something, and they can't.
There typically does not work.
Yeah, like for me, like out of all of my exes, I still only talk to 2 of them, which is my very first and Yanzer.
Sense.
And like, there's no bad blood between me and my first ex. There's no bad blood between me and Yanzer. Like, I still really care for them, like in the friend perspective. And it's still to the point, like, if something happens to either one of them, like, obviously I would, like, go to their defense.
Worry.
But I will say that I've actually been talking to someone lately.
At work?
Oh.
Well, I can't really say lately because it's someone that I've known for a couple months now. And it's actually going pretty well with me and this friend so far.
All right. I wish you luck on your endeavor.
Why?
The likes that Nick will never have.
I wouldn't say never.
Well, he's got to stop being a little bit creepy first.
I'm not creepy!
Make it called creepy, it's official.
Okay, I'm creepy, but not with the squealing thing.
Oh no, that was entirely lie.
I'm not gonna lie. When all that was going on and I was quiet, I was just laughing the whole time.
Like, I masturbate to hentai. That's a little creepy.
You messed up A to hentai? What?
Masturbate.
Huh?
No, that's actually fairly commonplace.
Is it?
I've been, it's been coming up more and more within just like normal fucking groups of people from what I've been hearing. So yeah, it seems more widely accepted these days.
Huh.
Why would cartoons be any weirder than people going at it?
It depends on the hentai, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, to some fucking... but then again, there's a lot of weird things people are into, and they're very vocal about it on the internet.
True.
Yeah, no, I can actually agree with that one.
It's like some weird giant movement for cuckolding recently.
Wait,
like
what?
BuzzFeed's promoting like cuckolds or something and saying like how it's healthy.
But is that actually a thing that people do, or is it just like what the lexicon is right now?
Yeah, there are some people that's actually really into that, and even like there's actually
it's very strange.
And there's quite a bit of guys that are actually into it, where it's like, yeah, you can go do this, and I'll watch
from the closet in a Superman suit.
It's a weird thing, in my opinion.
It's a very unhealthy thing. If you ask
whatever
me.
gets them off, I guess.
Yep, essentially how it works. Whatever happens between 2 potentially more consenting adults, whatever. But yeah, no, hentai is not very out there these days.
All right, sick.
Now the type, your type, a little.
I mean, there's like time stop hentai. I guess that's the creepiest one.
It's not the worst of your fetishes.
What is the worst then?
Lolly.
Not that into lollies.
Your previous conversations would deem otherwise, imply otherwise.
Are you talking about Moe-tan?
It started there. It's only gotten worse.
Not particularly.
Very exclusively. And explosively.
So, Mega, how often do you masturbate?
Are we the official podcast now?
You know, you asked that as I was taking a sip of my drink.
And?
Which
hey guys, I'm fucking critical. Today we have fucking the next big person. Here's fucking H3H3 or Logan Paul. I don't fucking know. They have a lot of high profile people on their podcast.
So
Does anyone know what the official podcast is besides me?
No.
Great.
No.
Official podcasts made by fucking Penguin Z0 or Critical, longtime YouTube personality, and fucking other people whose names are basically just fucking, no. They have fucking, they talk about jerking off a lot, and they have a lot of high-profile people like PewDiePie, Cry, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, I think. They have a lot of people come on, a lot of high-profile people, and they basically just talk about masturbatory habits.
All right.
It's great.
So
Well, there are some people that's like open when it comes to stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, it's
why
not
not?
exactly a fucking, a secret that people do it.
yeah. I don't think
So
you
fuck
do.
it.
Do you, Iggy?
No, not really, no. That's just because me. Fucking Ace. Y'all motherfuckers are creepy. Like, your body disgusts me. Fucking, it's not possible.
Understandable.
So, yeah, there's that. So, you can answer the question, Mega, or we're moving on?
See, like, I'm not gonna say like how many times. Like, it's pretty much like, well, when the urge hits.
So
And
you're
it gets-
normal. There you
When
go.
it gets really, really bad, obviously, like, you have no choice to like get rid of it.
I've been doing it since they found out they've had them. It's not a problem.
In the past 3 weeks, I think I've done it like 26 times. Something
Gee,
like
at some point becomes a little bit of a health concern.
that.
As the legends say, you're gonna go fucking blind.
Now, obviously, I'm totally exaggerating at 26.
Good job. Okay,
Only 25 and a half.
if we were making any form of money off of this, we've been demonetized. Thanks, YouTube. That's topical, isn't it?
Oh,
Fucking
speaking
YouTube
of that.
got new TOS, Twitch has got
yeah.
new TOS.
Uh-huh. Which one do you want to go over first, Twitch or YouTube?
Let's fucking talk about the ban hammer on the fucking titty streamers.
Now, are they actually enforcing that? That's the real
On
question.
the 19th, supposedly. I don't know. It seems like a lot of people... I was watching Soda Pop in this morning while I was making that map, and he seemed very concerned about it. So I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit more impactful than it would seem. It seems...
I mean, the thing is, like, they said that any objectionable content. So if you're swearing a lot, that's technically hateful.
anything... Like, I read the TOS. I read what they said they were changing. It's vague as fuck.
Intentionally
Anything
so.
we deem to be hateful, that is an alarming bell.
And they even said, even if it is reasonable within the context of your stream, there's a lot of people coming in and out. So you have to stay unobjectionable the entire
Even
time.
if you're not on Twitch, they can ban you.
Yep.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It does more directly address, like, that's, like, I think, like, just a byproduct and, like, an afterthought of this whole thing. What it directly basically says is, we're not letting you fucking titty stream.
I mean, it all depends on if they enforce their rules or not. If they do, then cool. If they don't, well, then basically nothing had changed.
I mean, they said what a lot of certain streamers were saying, and how it hurts Twitch's image in general. I think as a company, especially when associated with something like Amazon, they're going to do a lot to protect that. I think they're going to enforce it hard.
yeah, but how hard?
Probably bans. Start with small bans, and then, you know, repeated events, more bans. That's how it usually is. I'm excited. It doesn't directly affect me in any way. I just want to see chaos.
That part will be fun anyway.
I don't think they're going to hit gamers too hard. I really don't.
I mean, aside from, like, if somebody repeatedly says, like, nigger or whatever.
I mean, that's going to be the weird part, I think.
Yeah.
Like, the text-to-speech people, Forsen very famously has a very colorful chat, and the text-to-donation speeches, and he doesn't, from what I'm saying, doesn't do too much to enforce it, which within of itself has its merits, but is that going to be viewed as a bannable offense? I'd hope not.
It all depends on how hard they're willing to enforce it and which parts they're going to enforce.
If it was up to me, I think I would enforce the actions of the streamer more so than the actions of the community. At certain points, the streamer is kind of responsible for their community.
And
But I
cultivating,
think
like, hateful places.
Yeah. I mean, if someone had text-to-speech and it was just a bunch of fucking people spamming obscenities and racist slangs, I'd be like, fucking, as long as the streamer didn't condone it, I'd say fine. If he took any action against it, even better. But I don't think it's that much of a problem. You gotta remove the streamer from the community a slight bit.
A slight... what?
What happened to you just then? What the fuck just happened?
What the fuck? Okay, I think... Okay, I'm good now. I don't know. It kept... For some reason, I pushed a button, and it kept going... Whatever.
It did the fucking Bakano opening? Or is that Cowboy Bebop? That's Bebop.
Is it? I don't remember their openings that well.
Tank, I believe it's called. The one thing I know about that show, the one thing I like about that show.
Have you seen it?
I watched like the first few episodes. I have a real big problem with like space in fucking anime.
Makes no sense.
It's not that it makes no sense. It's just that it gets boring. It's like there's just too much shit in a world I'm not gonna get too invested into. And it's like I don't want to fucking care. And I don't like cowboys all that much either. It's like gotta fucking it's just got a lot of themes I don't like. Cowboys specifically.
Alright. It's understandable.
I mean, I'm sure if I sat down and watched the whole thing, I'm pretty sure I'd like it. But I would fucking probably never go off on my own and watch it any more than I have already. It's got a corgi. I like corgis.
I mean, only Satan himself would condemn corgis, right?
It's named Ein. It's cute. What were we doing? Oh yeah, other TOS. What did Twitch do? Or not Twitch, what did YouTube do?
I don't know. You were the one who brought... I didn't look into YouTube at all.
I know fucking YouTube... YouTube recently did a change, I believe. I don't remember what it was. I feel like they had...
they're going harder on things that's like not appropriate because the whole like Logan Paul thing.
Yeah. Remember when people thought he actually was sincere about apologizing? And then he tasered dead rats?
I did not think that one bit.
I had some hope. Like, I had, you know, faith that he might be a human being. And then he tasered dead rats.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter went after
the fucking...
it didn't sink in till now. What?
The brick that broke the camel's back was that he decided to upload a video of him apparently tasering dead rats. And then YouTube was like, yeah, this guy doesn't get money anymore. So there's that.
Wait, so is his channel banned, or...?
Yeah, just no ad revenue whatsoever.
Okay, but he can still sell all his merch.
Oh, yeah, no, he's completely, from sources I've heard, like, upped his fucking message of buy my merch because YouTube's not giving me money anymore. And, you know, kids will do it.
Like, they basically did nothing to him. Like, there's no way his ad revenue was, like, the main share of his revenue.
I think you don't understand. It definitely was a large part.
It's a large part, but, like, you get way more from fucking selling merchandise and whatnot. Like, I mean, it's a hit, but, like, shouldn't he have been banned for that?
I mean, YouTube's still gonna make money off of people fucking, you know, being around because of him. And if they fucking save face by fucking doing that, then sure. No one has a problem with YouTube doing it, and YouTube fucking saves face. YouTube still gets the views.
So, are there still going to be ads run on his video? It's just that YouTube gets that money instead?
Fuck if I know.
Alright.
That I know of, there won't be any ads.
Why didn't you watch the fucking Franco show?
I do.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't watch him.
I mean, it's American news, so.
Well, I'm actually subscribed to someone that actually normally does YouTube news.
He didn't go over the tasing dead rat story, did he?
Pretty sure.
I don't remember.
Or was that from... I watched a lot of people. I watched a lot of news, independent news people's.
I'm fairly certain he did not.
Interesting. I must have heard from someone else. But it did happen. Maybe it was Pyrocynical. It happened. Whatever. It'll fucking blow up soon enough.
Yep. Or not.
People are tired.
Yep.
Anyway, what was I talking about? D&D. Whatever, I'll just continue on that. Working on D&D. Been doing stuff like the map, which has taken quite a few hours. Is not done yet. I'm working on a history and a general what has the world been doing leading up to the campaign, which this has all been very fun. Like, making this D&D game has been a pleasure. It's not quite done yet. Still need at this point, but I'm just continuing. Every day is more and more work. It's taking a fucking long time. I don't understand why in the meantime, though, we're not just playing your game while we're waiting.
Because our game has Ian in it, and he's not around.
I mean, at some point, so will be. I think when he's around, we should play your game still.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that.
I've been actually dying to play some D&D quite a bit.
What was the last game?
It just feels like if we had the option of D&D or podcast, we would do podcast.
Well, the thing is, it's supposed to be bi-weekly. So
right, but we're not doing that.
I think, but like with this upcoming week, it should work, right? He's got Friday off, right? Potentially Thursday. Chris, you said something about Thursday, so I imagine you're free that day.
Remember, Chris is gone right now.
Thought he was back. Give it like 15 seconds.
Yes, I have a 4-day weekend. I think that. Not sure. Don't care.
See, all right. So yeah,
I don't have school or anything on Friday, and I don't have anything on Monday, which means Thursday I'll be able to stay up till 20. And also it means. And Sunday I'll be able to stay up to 23.
So we can potentially do some of your D&D in, you know, to fucking make time do, so that we have something to do while this is still under construction. I don't actually know how much of this game I need done or what I even need done to start this game. It honestly scares me.
The beginning area might potentially explore. Actually, you basically need the entire game done because you think we'll go in a direction and we'll just be like, nah, we're gonna go straight to the mountain.
I mean, the thing is, we're probably gonna fuck around for like the first 3 hours of that game anyway. So
that is entirely true. You only need to create one town, and we'll make 3 hours in that town. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it scares me though. Like last time I played D&D, it scared me to fucking hell. I didn't know what I needed done. I still don't know what I needed done. And like kind of what you said, like you're gonna be able to basically do whatever you want because last game I did was incredibly railroady. Like you got fucking you had a choice of doing stuff, but it was basically a set path as soon as you chose something. And I really wanted to eliminate that this game. So basically, short of like the first sequence of the game, you're gonna be able to do whatever the fuck you want. Because that's how they've made the story work. The story works to that end, and you're just gonna do what the fuck you want. But that's left me with a kind of sense of dread of where do I focus production? Do I just get the whole thing done? Do I basically make it like a module, have everything in the world done, and just make little things as they come up, or do I focus on certain areas first? I don't know. Also, as I don't know if I should. Well, I think I should. I don't know how much information to give you before the game starts. I've been mulling this over since like last night. Should I tell you guys like what this basic plot is so that like the initial sequence doesn't feel as railroady and you understand things? That would also cut down on exposition. Or do I just leave that for the game?
I feel like it would be better if it occurs in game.
I mean, there's not a lot of exposition though. Like, I'm debating on this. Like, wouldn't it make sense for your characters who are, well, it's not, secret. You're basically part of an event of a thing that makes you different from other people to be kind of knowledgeable as to why it's happening, especially since it's kind of fucking part of the history of the world. It's probably something your characters would know. No, it's definitely something your characters would know.
All right, then you would tell us beforehand.
I'm wondering if it would help model your characters in some aspect, like personalities and such.
If it's something that, I mean, if all else fails, you can just tell us right before the game starts.
I guess, yeah.
So that way we don't really have time to change our characters in any way, but we can still, like, know a little bit about the world beforehand.
That way we can understand exactly what's going on, or at least give us some baseline information so we can understand, are our characters of this world, or do they happen to come from their own respective worlds?
No,
That's
you're all
essentially all we
inhabitants
need to
of
know.
the same world.
That's essentially all we need to know. Are we from this world, and circumstances have brought us all together to do whatever the fuck it is in this world, or are we from different worlds and have we been brought together to do something in this world?
I'm going to comment, to the very least, you're all at least inhabitants of the same world. Yeah, I'll leave it there.
Okay,
Like,
so we all maintain. Okay, so we're all part of the same.
yes.
Okay, so we're all part
Nick,
of the same world.
I think I at least told Nick, like, this was a long time, I think like a month ago. I have radically overhauled this game's story a lot, to be lesser irony. But I think I told you, like, you were going to be, like, attending, like, a college of adventuring or something. I told you that, right?
Yep.
Like that kind of baseline information before we start the game. I think I want to do that. I don't think it'd have any negative effects in the game. I don't know. That's something you people want to know. I'm not sure.
You people?
Indeed, you people.
See, for me, like, I wouldn't mind knowing, like, some of the stuff before we start playing.
Mega, are you a part of this game?
Honestly, I've been meaning to ask that because last podcast you started mentioning some of the people that's in it, but you didn't mention me. So
Right.
I don't know. If
Here's
I am or
the
not.
thing. Here's the thing.
The issue was scheduling. And
Oh
whether or
yeah,
not-
scheduling is very weird. As well as, let's see, we've got Ian, Nick, Chris, TLG, one of Chris's friends from his fucking guard, and we have TLG's sister. So essentially,
Wait,
we have a
is she
D
confirmed?
6 player. Oh yeah, she wants to play.
Fuck.
Oh no! Oh no!
Why am I hearing a whole bunch of oh no?
I don't know. Do any of you know
A
TLG's
lot of
sister?
people.
I don't know her, but like she adds another person to have in the game, which is why I
It
went.
terrifies me that there are 6 players.
The issue
Terrifies.
is
My God.
then when we're not in a battle and not confined to, all right, it's your turn, do a thing. We're all gonna be like, I want to do the thing, and you're gonna be like, who do I let do the thing?
I mean, in that position, we would go
Whatever,
clockwork or whatever. And also, it's 7
No.
players, isn't it?
Awkward,
Because there's
awkward,
me, Chris, Mega, Ian.
Well,
Chris's friend.
if Mega plays, there'd be a 7.
Okay, yeah.
See, the thing is, I would like to play.
The problem, of course, is
Ah.
scheduling. Scheduling, like, what was it determined? I have it written down. Like, the optimal time, and probably the only time,
Saturday.
would be Fridays around 5 to 9, somewhere in between there, or Saturdays between 11 a.m. and 9 p.m. It's really hard scheduling.
Yeah, see, the Saturday one, pretty much it'd be like on Fridays. It would start, I believe, as soon as I'm done work. But I finish at 7, and it takes, and then it's like I have to get home, so that's a little bit of a time loss.
Yeah, it's really difficult. Also, this is a 5th edition game. There's that, too.
I do have the book for 5th. Well, one of the books for 5th edition.
I don't know, man. It's been an adventure on the management side of this.
And also, what would it be like in the game itself? Like 7 players, everyone's like
Oh god.
talking at the same time.
Oh
Like it was
no.
it was fucking
You're
awful
gonna-
with just
Mike,
6
you're
people,
gonna present
and 2
us?
of them were
You're gonna
quiet
pres-
most of the time.
You're gonna present us with like a plot object, and we're just gonna mess. That's
You
mine.
see-
No, it's mine. Fine.
This is probably fun to say, but basically there's only going to be one plot object, and that's going to be the beginning of the game, and then you're basically free to fucking ride that plot to wherever the fuck you want by the nature
Oh,
of
God,
how this
Luke's
is going to
gonna be
go.
a night- There's 7 people. Party isn't gonna. Oh god, he has to balance the enemies for 7.
Oh my god.
He has to
I
make
didn't
a
think of that.
boss that can endure 7.
Let's see, what do we have right now? We have a bard, we have a poison-based archer, we have
Ew.
a sorcerer, we have a warrior, we have a paladin. I don't know what TLG's sister is going to be. Holy shit.
Well, if I play, I could be a thief.
Holy shit.
Good, great. More stabby. Keep stabbing. Keep the stabbing away from me, and that'll be cool.
Ooh. And then the infighting. Chris, you terrify me.
What is wrong? Oh, come on, I'm trying to do something here.
You terrify me.
What am I going to do? I sing for a living. I don't know what you want from me.
You'll probably fucking hire someone to kill one of your teammates.
No, he wouldn't do that. Wink,
sorry.
wink.
Like, PKing has been one of the main things I've been super concerned about this whole fucking time. Like, it's just like, especially since there's so many people we've never played with. Fucking your friend, TLG sister, TLG hasn't been too much of a part of a game before. It concerns me to no end.
Oh no, this is going to be a giant start with the people, and then it's going to be a lot.
He said it was going to be like, and then he cut out, and then he just started.
That's Christopher for ya. Yeah.
Bad. It's bad. It's all bad. Nothing's good.
It's potentially good. The skies does concern me greatly.
Show up. All right, you're in the world. I want to punch him in the face, and that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna hear someone's gonna be like,
Well, I mean, something similar to that did happen before.
Yeah, it was my D&D game once again, in which when
I joined in as the wrestler character.
That game very quickly fell apart at that point because Nick had just died, and then new people were introduced. It was colossally a fuck. That game didn't have much of a story structure either. Remember when I introduced the big bad? Well, not the big bad.
And then he just flew away.
Well, that big bad, yeah, that was pretty. That was fucking impulse as fuck. And then there was the big bag of the segment you were at. You got a flyer. I don't know if you remember that.
A flyer?
Yeah, you got a flyer explaining him. I don't remember why that happened, but it was bad.
I do not remember that.
I don't blame you. Although that might be to my advantage because I really like that. I would have to balance it. Fucking what Chris just brought up fucking completely worries me as well. Balancing is going to be so fucking weird.
Plus, how is there going to be enough items for the entire party?
Oh god.
Or is it going to be a plethora of enemies for us to fight? And in which case,
Probably.
Do we get XP for killing each of those enemies? In which case, would some of us be a higher level than the others? And by how much?
oh yeah,
Or does
how does experience calculate? Is it a party experience pool, and like our party will level up, and everyone will enjoy the benefits, or is it a kill based thing, and like are the support characters going to cry?
Like the more people there are, the harder it is to balance all that.
I've hard decided it's at very least not going to be like you're in the vicinity, you get EXP type thing.
Okay.
If I feel you trying to contribute to the fucking fight, you get experience. Remember fucking you and Fluffy?
There and staring down the enemy count.
Do you remember Big Fluffy?
Big Fluffy.
Fucking Chris was just in the air. He's like, yeah, I'm here, so I get EXP, and then he fucking fucked off. That was great.
I'm here. I got experience. I'm getting experience. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm making sure that's not going to happen.
Boo, bullshit.
People who try, I mean, you sing music. You can sing a shanty, you get experience. Assuming you're actively trying anyway. Oh boy. It's like at 5 people, it's not that much of a problem. At 7 people, I'm going to lose my mind. If I did not have Orc Pub, I don't think I could do this game. Trying to keep track of 7 people's shit? Uh-oh. God, I'm concerned.
I mean, at some point, you're going to have to say, no, you can't be in the game to somebody, right?
That's what I've been thinking, but I don't know how or who or when or why. I was kind of really hoping that fucking TLG sister would lose interest. Fucking Chris's friend was a fucking surprise as well. But, you know, at least in the defense of Chris's friend, he's got a nicely detailed character. He's got fucking fear, likes and dislikes. It's nice. I like him.
Like, you're either going to have to say no to someone or deal with the consequences.
I don't think I can deal with those consequences, though.
Too bad. Can you say no to anyone either? No, that's also
like how many is too many? 7, 6?
I mean
4. That's an issue because there's a lot of us.
Typically, the like perfect amount was 4 people, like 4 people playing and then 1 DM. That to me was the perfect amount.
I can see that, yeah.
Because at that point you can sort of balance it. However, once you start getting 5 or 6 or 7 people in, you gotta split up the items, you gotta, like, manage inventories, it's a lot. That stacks up real quickly. 7 people
is definitely within the dead, like, red danger zone. Like, I don't think I can do 7. I think,
there's also the fact like when my friend when I went to my friends for a D&D game like in actual real life, that game apparently only lasted 7 sessions and then no one ever talked about it ever again.
Why is that?
Because the whole campaign was fucked up since the very beginning, and we were 8 people playing with a DM.
Oh my god!
And the DM was his first time, so he didn't really know what he was doing.
Stop scaring me. This is scary.
Like, even Matt Mercer on Critical Role has at maximum, like, 8 people or 7 people.
Yeah, but
he's really fucking experienced with, like, at least a week of, like, dedicated work, considering that this is his job to be able to create it.
And, like, fucking, it's gonna be, like, fucking,
Plus, all those people are in the room with each other, so that makes it a lot easier to, like, convey information.
This is gonna be a whole learning experience, too. Like, remember the fucking, the test game?
Yeah.
Fucking rolls. Holy shit. You see, every time I think about, like, how close I am to being finished with being able, like, at least being able to start with the game, I then discover, like, 2 more things. That's like, if you don't know this, it's gonna be a large inconvenience.
Also, people can't, like, talk to one another, like you can't form smaller groups within the group because everyone's in just one voice chat. You can potentially, like, send messages to people, like, through text, but that's a lot more time-consuming than just talking to them directly.
I don't want to do that either. That's so weird.
What?
Like, fucking 2 little groups of people?
No, I meant, like, for instance, if the party ever gets split up, they can't really talk between each other. They have to talk to the entire group, or, like, use a messaging system or something. It's cumbersome. So
point being, I'm not going over 6 people. Like, 6 people is my fucking maximum. I will not accept that. It'd be really great if someone else at this point would even drop out from those fucking initial 6. So to answer your question, Meg, I really don't think I can add you to the game.
No, if you can't add me to the game, I understand.
Please and thank you.
Obviously, I'm gonna be brutally. I don't
you
know
cut out,
sister.
Chris. Come on.
You cut out. You said you're gonna be brutally, and then you cut out honest and everything after that.
Gonna be brutally honest here. I don't think that, like, TLG, while he's interested in playing the game, his schedule isn't conducive.
I've made sure with him, and his schedule is actually plausible for our purposes. I have looked at his school schedule. I have asked him multiple times. He says he'd be able to meet up for several hours during the weekends and Fridays. His sister concerns me a lot more, though.
It all comes down to who do you want in the game, because you're the DM. You have control over all of that.
Preferably just like fucking the regular group plus Chris's friend and maybe TLG. What I'm hoping is going to happen is somehow TLG's sister is going to realize she cannot make it.
That's not going to happen, though.
Like, what? We don't know TLG's sister, so we know nothing of.
Apparently, she's super into D&D.
She's super. Apparently, she's super good. Good.
She
good.
DMs.
That's what I need.
Like, she's at this point, Iggy, you got 2 options. Either, like, what's going to happen is either you tell her, like, now that no, you can't be in the game, or eventually, like, when it's actually time to play, you're going to have to say it then. Because you don't want her in the game at all, right?
It's not that I don't want her in the game at all. I'm just gravely concerned about the number of people.
Because once the game actually starts with whoever's in the game, that's going to be who's in the game. Like,
or until they drop out. It's not like it's impossible for them to drop out.
It's possible for them to drop out, yes, but it's highly unlikely that they will willingly do so.
I don't know if it's highly unlikely.
And if it does happen, that's going to fuck with things in the game itself, so...
No, not really. I've taken contingencies for this.
What, do they just randomly, like, oh, bye, guys, I'm leaving?
No, there'd be a myriad of several good reasons for why a character would want to leave.
Alright.
Fucking, it'd be a lot easier if I just told you the story, like, at least the beginning portion.
It's just that it's highly unlikely for someone to willingly drop out of the game. Like, once it's started.
They drop out of the game. I don't know.
Schedule doesn't work and they're actively fucking the other people.
I mean, if the schedule doesn't work, yeah, but if everything is allowing them to play, then they're going to play. They're not just going to be like, I'm not going to play. Because it's, the D&D.
I'm going to play and you're going to...
I mean, I could be a god-awful DM and then they'll stop.
Even then, though, like they'll probably be like,
Oh.
"Yeah, it was a bad week. I'll just come back
do it.
then."
You
Like,
won't do it.
you kind of got to be a hard ass on this, Iggy.
You won't do it. You're a wuss.
I'll
Like,
figure it out.
I'm just gonna say, like, if I was a part of it, for Friday, like, you guys would have to wait just a little bit till I get home. But on
It's not
Saturdays,
happening.
but when it comes to Saturdays, it's pretty much like what I would normally do, which is go see my niece and nephew. I could just do that on Sundays.
It's too many volatile schedules.
So for me, I could just switch how my weekend works, so I can actually play on Saturday.
whatever happens, it's up to Iggy whether it goes through or not. So
We'll fucking see if I can't thin the fucking ranks. But fucking, it's a problem for another time. Until then, I'm still just fucking working on the game.
all right.
I become, like I said, working on this game has been a lot of fun. I quite like things about this. I've got fucking documents upon documents of fucking information on this game. It's been a fucking long time coming. I've been working on this game probably since when? When did I conceptualize this? I want to say it was like third quarter last year.
It was like October, yeah.
That was like fourth quarter. Though. Like even before I announced that I was going to be making this game, like it's been in a lot of fucking stages of fucking creation and recreation, revisualization, and fucking remake the narrative and remake this concept and dip it up a do. I don't want this to fail. Which is why I'm super concerned about a lot of things. Which is why I keep getting pushed back. I've been working on this since like fucking midway through last year. Not like the map making aspects though. Like just the fucking everything else aspects. But I don't know. It'll be ready at some point, but I'm shooting for like fucking end of this month, early next month. Shooting. But a lot of things have been coming up. Once school started, that really put a damper on the fucking creation process. And then everything else that's going to come out as well. Which leads into everything else I've been doing. Watching anime. Fuck you, Mega.
Yeah, again, sorry.
A myriad of games have been coming out recently. Fighters came out, and that's been... Fighters is a good game. Fighters is not a game I am good at.
But it itself is a good game.
Yeah. Like, traditional 2D fighting games are really fucking difficult. They are just people that are inherently good at them due to their fucking extensive history with other 2D fighting games. And that makes it very difficult to get into. As well as Fighters has a very peculiar method of mechanics, which is to say, basically the multiplayer, if you're going up against a person that's a lot better than you, is nothing more than a single-player cutscene in which you cannot move at all, ever. And it gets slightly frustrating, although it's very... It is. Some matches I have had were just fucking me getting completely bodied and never getting a hit in. Because they use their assist to keep you in a combo, and it's they have super, they build up super while they're just punching your face in repeatedly, and then they use it to continue punching your face in, vanishing assists again. They went off cooldown already.
Is there a combo breaker in
There isn't.
Fighters?
That's the thing I've had the most problem with. There's no way to get out of a combo.
Okay.
If you've been hit, that initiates the fucking cutscene.
Is there DI or no?
I don't know what the fuck DI is.
Directional influence. You hold the stick one way and you'll move in that direction when you're hit, at least slightly.
I don't think so. I think you slightly get moved based on when you're being hit, but I don't think you have any input on it.
Okay.
Yeah, because characters like Frieza, fucking, when they're hitting someone in block, they get massively pushed back. It's really fun, though. Like, the game, besides getting completely destroyed in multiplayer, is fucking beautiful. Fucking, the graphics are amazing. The fucking little Easter eggs of fucking characters versus characters is great. Like, the whole story mode has a bunch of things where, like, if you have certain characters on your team, they'll have, like, a little chat before the thing starts. Or if they go up against a certain enemy, they'll have a chat about it. It's very cool trying to get all that. Makes 100%ing a lot more interesting. And then, within the multiplayer and, versus AI, if you have, like, let's say, Team Gohan versus Cell, in the Cell arenas, you get a cool little short cutscene, which is basically just a bit taken off of the Cell Saga, where Android 16 dies and Gohan loses his shit. And it's great. There's a bunch of those, like when Krillin gets blown up on Namek. Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time. Super cool little details. Make the game a lot cooler. Music's great. I only wish I was a better fighter. But whatever. Hit's fucking best character. No one say anything. Actually, no, that's wrong. Yamcha's best character. Unironically, he's actually really good. We've been playing PoE. That's about to lose its season.
26th, I believe.
We still won't beat the Shaper.
I will, anyway.
I won't. Probably not. I don't know. If I get a 6th link, maybe. But fuck, that's not gonna happen.
You just gotta play more.
It's not gonna happen. Fucking, I just realized today that I accidentally corrupted a gem from like a what would normally be like a fucking a 20 chaos thing into like 100 chaos gem. I managed to get level 21 on hatred.
Nice.
I didn't notice I did it either. It just fucking flew right over me. Turns out it's worth an exalt.
Yeah. You gonna sell that?
No, fuck no. It's level 21 hatred. Why wouldn't I use it?
I know, right?
Everything else has been the same as usual. Tarkov. Been getting more and more into that game, getting less and less afraid of just losing shit. That game's going to be really good. I've never had so much optimism for an early access game before. Like, this game gets updated and the fucking people communicate with the community quite a lot. And there's constant updates about things that are going to be added into the game. You see models of things soon. Fucking, this game's about guns and surviving in a post-apocalyptic Russia versus other people and scavengers. They're adding a fucking Mosin Nagant, and I'm so fucking excited for that. That is my favorite gun, because that is the first gun I ever owned. A Mosin Nagant 9130. Beautiful Russian bolt-action rifle. Love them. Besides that, that's basically it. Wanted to stream, didn't stream as per usual. Just watching other people stream. Oh yeah, actually, Monster Hunter. Is anyone here besides me interested in Monster Hunter at all?
I've wanted to try the games, but I haven't done that yet.
Emulators.
I've played through Monster Hunter 3 on the Wii U. So, yeah. It's good.
Chris, any opinions?
Was it 3? I don't remember.
What are we talking about?
Monster Hunter. Are you interested in the franchise at all?
Not really. Not particularly.
Because fucking Worlds come out, and that's on console. And then, like, sometime in autumn... Only. Yeah, but sometime in autumn, it's being moved to PC. And definitely then I'm getting it. So I was curious if anyone else was going to. Something in that.
I most likely will, because Monster Hunter.
I'm definitely going to. I've been watching, like, I've been trying to avoid as much of it as I can, but I'm watching bits and pieces from, like, streamers and the YouTubers, like Game Grumps. Fucking game is beautiful. Just looks like a better Monster Hunter than what I've been playing. I've been playing Freedom Unite on PSP emulator, and it's great. It's old as fuck, but I'm really liking it. What kind of weapons do you use?
I like the Switch Axe. That one's fun.
Been really into the fucking longsword. Infinite combos and fucking damage buffs.
The other one I really like was there was a spear that could also shoot guns, I think, or shoot bullets.
The gun lance?
Yeah, that one. That one's good too.
It's interesting. But with the, I don't know if this carries over, but with the really old style of game that the old console that PSP was, the hardware limitations for it, it's really difficult to use the heavier weapons in Freedom Unite. I really wanted to use Gunlands, but it didn't work out. I also learned, like, I thought Monster Hunter World was going to be the first Monster Hunter on PC. Turns out there's been a myriad of them on PC that I was completely ignorant to.
Same here.
Like, there's been at least 3 Monster Hunter games on PC previously, which I've never heard of. And they were like 2016, 2013, which is very strange. But regardless, World will be fun. Kind of wish it didn't take 8 months to come out versus the console, but whatever. And besides that, I watched Writing for a little bit, and that was fucking awful. Lucky Mega once again, and I'm done. That's my week.
I'm gonna guess you watched like an episode and you're like
3.
You watched 3. Apparently the worst ones.
I mean, why wouldn't you stop at that point?
Why wouldn't you stop at one if it's that bad?
Just to see, like, the 3-episode rule.
Oh my god, the first episode was absolutely terrible. I don't want to see any more of it. But you know what? I'll watch one more episode. Maybe,
I thought
maybe
I'd be,
just
you know,
maybe
I,
just somehow like absolutely blows my mind and becomes better.
oh
You know
yeah,
what? That episode was shit. Let me watch one more. Maybe it'll be better. Nope, never mind, never mind.
a large
At that
portion
point, you were like, this is bad.
of why I only watched 3 was a mix of it was god awful, and I decided, fuck it, instead of watching this, I'm just gonna go watch Super. So like immediately after Nick told me that it was god awful, I just postponed the whole thing and said, fuck it, I'm gonna watch Super. I went from episode like 20 of Super to where it currently is in like 3 days. That's like 100-something episodes.
Yeah, you're becoming
Come to
a
think of
mini
it,
me.
there should be a new episode today, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tonight there's going to be the new one.
Sweet.
Actually, it might be out right now.
Will anything happen? Probably not.
I mean, there's 3 minutes left, or is it 4? I forget.
It's insignificant. It's not gonna. Do you think they're gonna? They're probably gonna fucking win off a technicality. God.
I mean, they're probably gonna do it to the 30-second mark.
You know, the whole fucking... It's slightly a spoiler for DBZ Super, so if you've... whatever. Spoiler. If they were gonna fucking wanted any weight for, like, you know, the fucking universes are being destroyed because, you know, erased because Zeno, whatever. You think they would fucking not have the Super Dragon Balls there? It's just like, you know there's no threat. You know they're all coming back. There's no chance they're not coming back.
But then, once they come back, they'll be like, oh, another Tournament of Power, because there's still too many fucking universes.
Well, if something like that is going to happen, we might have to wait a year or so. Because starting in March, well, like the last episode of Super is in March. And then they're, as they said, going on hiatus, which they're going to be working on a Dragon Ball anime movie that's supposed to be coming out in December.
Yep.
And then we'll probably start hearing stuff about whatever's going to happen next.
I don't think it's going to be another Tournament of Power. The universe is going to get brought back, no doubt. But it's definitely not going to be another Tournament of Power. I honestly don't know what the fuck they're going to do after this. It's like, okay, fucking Goku's now powerful enough to fucking rival the gods. Where do you go from there? But then again, people have probably been saying that since they went Super Saiyan.
Pretty much. And it's like, oh, look, Super Saiyan 2.
They're probably gonna pull a Boruto where there's like another universe with even more powerful guys.
I mean, no doubt, but, you know, they've only done that, like, what, 13 other times?
Only 13.
What, you've got, you know, Frieza was the big bag that the universe feared. Oh, hey, Boo. Oh, hey, Cell. Oh, hey, fucking...
Beerus, God of Destruction. What's bigger than a God of Destruction? A universal.
Multiple gods of destruction.
What's bigger than multiple gods of destruction?
Killer
Fucking
Instinct.
Zeno. Oh, now there's 2 Zenos.
The 2 Zenos ultimately don't make much of a difference. 2 infinitely powerful beings don't make much more difference than 1 infinitely powerful being.
Basically.
Fucking, let me just get this out of the way, though. Fuck the Goku Black Arc.
Yeah, everyone hates it.
Why was that so fucking slow? It's like, hey, fucking, we're going to go, Trunks coming from the fucking future to the past, then we're going to go to the future, then we're going to go back to the past, then we're going to go back to the future, then we're going to go back to the past, then we're going to go back to the future, and then we're going to beat the guy. That's how it actually went.
There isn't a super manga, right? It's just the anime?
As far as I know, there is no
Nope.
super manga.
There is a manga.
I've never seen it.
For Super?
Yeah. They're actually, I think the manga is actually getting close to the tournament at this point.
It's not even
Because-
up.
Well, not in English.
Oh, right.
Because like, there's an episode of Super where Dende ended up contacting Goku and briefly mentions about Oob. I know a couple months,
Yeah.
like a month ago, is when that showed up in the manga.
Pretty sure
Okay,
that's just
so-
basic thing. Just to be absolutely clear, GT does not have any effect here.
Correct.
That's what that was.
Technically, only 2 things from GT is technically canon at this point.
Actually, come to think of it, that kind of fucks with the actual ending of the Dragon Ball manga. Kind of. In the end, because at the end of the Dragon Ball manga, he fights Oob at the World Martial Arts Tournament. And then
I
leads his
would like,
family to train them.
I would like to specify, Where Super is technically right now is actually before Goku fights Oob in that tournament.
Yeah, that's super weird though. But like, that's super weird. That's what I say technically. Does that mean we have to look forward to fucking Goku deciding fuck his family? I'm gonna go train this weird indigenous kid to be a strong fighter.
Eventually, that's probably gonna happen.
Weird.
Alright, so basically the manga trails behind the anime. Is the gist of that.
It's ahead of it, technically.
The anime is ahead of the manga, yeah.
Well, if your original Dragon Ball manga is ahead of
No, Super. The Super manga is behind the anime.
Yes, at least in English translation.
Yes.
So yeah, that's Dragon Ball. It's a cool guy.
At the end of your week?
I think so. I don't think I've done anything else. I've attempted to edit stuff, but I'm running more problems with that. Fucking rant. Yeah, that's basically it.
Alright, Curator. D-Thang.
Alright, let's talk about the whirlwind that was my life. Okay. so, we have those 3 weeks. I have arisen to the best spot in the room.
Yeah, what?
So, 3 weeks ago, I was in a 3-man room on the top bunk, and top bunk is ass. But a week later, one of my roommates moves out because he's going off for extra training, and he doesn't have to live in these barracks anymore. Technically, as he's going for his extra training, he's now technically in the U.S. Army. He's technically a soldier at this point and enjoys all the full privileges of that, but still has to go to school and stuff. So his day looks like show up for PT, go back to the barracks, do whatever I want, go to school, and then after school just do whatever the fuck I want. So good for him. Even better for me. I got to move from the top bunk to the bottom bunk, and that was cool. Week later, because there's a vacancy in my room and we are constantly getting new people, a new guy appears. Now he's on top bunk, and lo and behold, this weekend, in all the infinite wisdom of our higher ups, they decided that taking four graduates that are waiting for orders, like they've finished class, they're just here waiting for official orders to send them somewhere. You don't just finish class and then get sent off into the army. No, you finish class, and unless you're ordered to be somewhere else, you're technically stuck here in your training phase, and it sucks for you. But so they moved some of the graduates to a different barracks a long ways away, and they still have to show up to our formations, which sucks for them. But what that allowed me to do was then move to the single bed in the room. I don't have to deal with the top bunk, bottom bunk nonsense of top bunk is ass, and being on bottom bunk is kind of sucks too, because you have to deal with the top bunk person moving. Literally any movement shakes the entire frame. It sucks. So I now am in a single bed. My locker is directly across from me. Everything is good.
So is that it?
That doesn't sound like it.
I haven't really done much else, except I'm almost finished with the first half of my training. I've already tested out of Delta. The last thing to do is Echo, and I'll test out of that in a week from next Tuesday, like the 20th. Yeah, the 20th. I'll test out of Common Core. I'll see whether or not I get a class. Hopefully I get a class next day, and hopefully I stay a day, because I don't want to be a mid or a swing. Ugh. Hopefully I just stay a day, because then I'll have to move, and then my life will probably be ass again. Oh, right. So the new guy that moved in unfortunately became a... So his schedule forces him to force his lights out is 1500. I don't get back in the room till around 1700. By the time I'm back in the room, the dude's 2 hours into his sleep point. at the point he's supposed to be sleeping. So I come back and they're tracking that he's a mid. And then I got another roommate on post housing, which allowed him to, like, has a house on the base. Allowed to exist. Then it was FTR. Didn't show up to a formation. Fine. Everything else. The only other thing I know is I watched all of Raiden. I will never get back. I think it's a 26 episode anime.
Yep.
I will never get that back.
You will not.
But through the pain, Chris, you'll become a better person.
No.
And Mega, you're not allowed to pick random anime.
What if we just cut off his ability to pick anime?
I figured at this point I'm never going to win ever again.
It's not that. It's what you recommend.
Go, no.
See, that's the second time that I recommended anime without knowing what it is first. And both times I failed miserably.
Yes.
Battle Vixens
anime.
and Raiden.
Battle Vixens. Oh, it's that anime. The only other thing of major note is I got the Fate Warriors game.
I've been seeing you play that.
And now I'm slightly invested in the Fate series. Playing the game on Steam. Almost done with the main story of it. Now they have a mobile game.
Fate Grand Order?
Yeah.
Yep. I tried that out. Didn't like it.
Like, are you going to watch the Fate series is what you're saying?
I am also watching the Fate series.
Ooh. Which one did you start with?
Yeah.
Started with Fate Zero.
Good.
Makes sense.
Here's the timeline. I looked it up. They were like, this is the timeline. This is all right. That's what I'll do.
Now,
the problem is if you look at any more, if you fucking look at other people talk about the timeline, it's like, this is the actual timeline. No, this is the actual timeline. And then the spin-offs. Oh my god.
Are you gonna watch Stay Night or Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works next?
Zero first. Kind of cool.
Alright.
Then there's like two more of them coming out this season.
Really they can't. Like, they have rules for things, but then, like, the game on Steam says, fuck that. Fuck that. There was 100. Fuck that. The moon decided to hold a Holy Grail War, and then there were 100 masters, and then everyone died. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. There were 100 people, and you won. You and your saber.
Right.
And now you have to save the world. Hooray!
I'm just gonna have that as a write-off. That didn't happen because I can't keep that information in my mind. Otherwise, I'll go fucking nuts. I already don't understand anything about this show, so fuck it.
Did you finish Unlimited Blade Works or Zero yet?
No, I'm like at episode 4 or 6.
Okay.
Other shit came up writing. Super.
And Grand Order is also in a weird predicament. Grand Order also follows a weird story. Grand Order, you're part of like a secret organization that's like technically protecting the world. It's the only reason the organization exists is because they made a device that can see the future, although it's a very vague portion of the future. It can see the future in that it tells you if there's people still left, if there's humans still left on Earth. And the problem is there's no more humans left on Earth by 2020, and you're like, well, shit.
So wait, have you? How far into you are Zero, or have you finished Zero?
I have not finished Zero.
How far in?
No one's died yet.
Okay.
Except
So
one of
pretty
the
early.
assassins.
Okay.
One of the assassins died.
Right.
And I understand
okay.
that. I understand because of the game and the mobile game that Gilgamesh is all godly fucking dick.
Yep.
But look, man, what if I had the power to just absolutely say fucking I do what I want?
The thing about Zero is it's a great starting point, but it's technically not canon. Technically.
Because fucking when somebody obtains an omnipotent wish granting device, I mean,
fuck everything.
I don't know how it ends. I don't know how it ends. I don't know if it's going to be one of those happy end stories and our hero wins and they make the ideal world. But then, as far as I know, Fate Stay Night and then Unlimited Blade Works follows the fact that there's a 5th Grail War, and I'm like, all right, this doesn't make that. That's not how that works. If you're gonna make an ideal world, the ideal world usually stops conflict. But nope, there's a 5th war. Oh well, shit.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that's not how that works.
Great. I had a hell of a time trying to comprehend the last episode of Zero, though.
So I'm getting invested in that. Well, the only other thing I did is I went called Black Rock Shooter.
Oh,
That's correct. I've heard the name before.
Had you never watched that?
Hmm?
Had you never watched that?
No, I've watched it before and I rewatched it.
Oh, okay. For those who don't know, Chris has a jacket which is based off Black Rock Shooter, so. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yep.
Is this like a fucking
I watched the anime and then I read the manga and then I thought about it and I was like, this is fucking stupid. They somehow made... One person made a song, another person made a drawing, and then from that drawing became 3 separate universes of Black Rock Shooter.
Okay.
I've never seen it, so...
Like, there's the anime version where it's just a completely separate world that coexists along with our world, and then the manga is about Black Rock Shooter is like part of like the afterlife and keeps people out of what's the middle point where like you're not dead or like you're
purgatory.
Dead? It's limbo, purgatory, where Black Rock Shooter is the cleaner of purgatory and like makes sure people don't stagnate there. And then like the game is Black Rock Shooter is the last hope of humanity and saves us from aliens.
Can writers just stop?
They can't make a universe. Oh, and also the AMV is also different. The AMV. The OVA is also technically a separate universe.
Yeah.
Good on ya. Yeah.
All right.
Nick, I guess it's time to let loose.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
so,
no.
if you'd like to skip all the fucking ranting and raving and us losing our shit at Raideen, skip to 3 hours, 14 minutes, and 23 seconds. So, Raideen.
I don't know what your time is. I'm just going to come out and say it. This was the best anime I've ever seen.
No, it was not.
That's
an impossibility.
No,
don't
it is a fucking impossibility for you to think that.
It is not the best.
It's not.
It is so far removed from every other show that I've ever watched in the history of everything.
You know what? I'll be frank. I just can't fucking... I don't like the show. I thought it was awful. Still like it better than Flip Flappers. Just to throw that out there.
So I wrote like 50 paragraphs on this shit.
You need to stop doing that.
God.
Like, it was 7 paragraphs for the first 3 episodes, and then like it just kept progressively getting more and more and more.
We keep doing this.
Like I wrote more than a paragraph for each episode. Oh my god.
It just happens. Why do we have so many controversial anime? Like fucking... Why is this happening so much?
Of this, I didn't need you to go into the life story of your life story of suffering through this app.
So, you know, let's just get this out. What's the best part of the show?
Music. That's it.
I was going to say the fact that their family name is Saiga, but whatever.
Like, the music far and away is a lot better than the show itself. Like, I actually went to listen to the music outside of the show because I liked it so much.
What's the best part of the show?
But Saiga, though.
What the fuck is Saiga?
Saiga is a type of gun. Saiga 9 and Saiga 12.
Okay.
Is what I know. Part from EFT, mind you, but whatever.
Saiga the Thunder.
Is it like a shotgun or a 9?
I forget what it is. Gate Guardian. He's one of the parts of Gate Guardian who's absolute trash. Don't run Gate Guardian.
The Gate Guardian?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Gate Guardian.
Okay.
3700 attack. That's pretty cool, but it's disgustingly hard to summon.
But yeah, music, best part about the show. Otherwise, awful. So, first 3 episodes. Okay, so by far the first 3 episodes are the worst episodes of the show. It gets
You know it's great when your first line is, it's paraphrased, but I'm just a normal high school boy. I thought fucking giant robot fighting was just something in comics. How is this happening to me?
That was so bad! Like, from that point forward, I knew that I was gonna have a shitty time with the show. I was like, oh, maybe it's gonna be a meta-defining show, really, like, goes against the No, it's just a shitty mech show! Oh my god!
What was with the frames? I
It's
swear.
incredibly formulaic.
You mean the mechs? The mechs are so bad! They're CG bullshit that has no right to be acting like that.
It's super apparent with the mechs, but the entire show lags. Like, the frame, it's not smooth, it's janky as hell.
I know. That got me so fucking much. Like it's slowed down in some scenes, but for the most part, like, a lot of the show is just janky. I couldn't tell if it was the show itself or just the site I was watching it on, but I went to other sites as well, and it was, like, still janky.
I wondered that as well, but I kind of figured it was the show.
It was mainly in the first episode where the jankiness was, like, fucking abound everywhere. It kind of simmers down, like, slightly. But, like, for the most part,
compares the episode correctly.
Like, it was just so fucking bad, man. Also, there's the cardinal sin of Iggy's bullshit.
Oh yeah, no, I did it. First thing you see every episode.
Yeah.
It's that weird music.
The music's good for that.
It's good, but it's weird. The whole thing is weird.
And also, the opening does not match the show in the slightest. At all.
That's what yeah. It's like, here's this girl. A lot. That's all I got out of it. She kind of showed up later, but that was... Nah. I didn't think things like this happened outside of shoujo manga. All right, quiet down, Jesus.
That's
Sorry.
just how much
Sorry.
the anime was not enjoyable.
Somebody walked in. So,
Have them giggle for you and then upload it to YouTube.
no, it's the boy, not the girl.
I didn't fucking say fucking
All
I
right.
cared.
I'm not doing that.
Of course you're not. Because it's
right.
creepy.
How is that creepy?
It's creepy as all hell.
It's not creepy, it's just weird.
Anywho.
Yeah, back to writing. So, awful. So,
Yeah.
What if we just followed the basic?
I just see a wall of text for episode 2 and 3.
Fucking
On my
bullet
notes.
points. Bullet points.
Oh,
Okay.
Heck,
So, the
very little
mechs themselves are
different.
CG. They're awful CG. And they move at a snail's pace. Like, every fight was so fucking slow. Like, it wasn't even that they were...
that's to be expected. Because what Raiden is a super robot. And super robots, true to their name, are fucking super. Not in the fact that they're fast, but in the fact that they're disgustingly powerful. They're usually generally nearly impenetrable in terms of defense, and usually very much all-powerful in terms of offense.
So fucking turtles.
So,
Chris,
but
I
usually
get that.
disgustingly-
I get that it
And
makes
it don't-
sense, and they move realistically, but that's not fun to watch at all. It's not engaging in any way. It's just like two giant mechs sort of punching each other. And the animation for the mechs themselves
it's completely-
is not interesting in any way, shape, or form, and they look terrible themselves. So every single fight, at least until like he gets his ability to fly, is just awful.
Oh yeah, he
Like-
gets his ability to fly and then just uses that all the time.
Yeah, like once he has the mobility and the speed to actually move around faster than a tank,
Like that helps.
it helps out a lot.
That helps. That helps.
They're
out.
still really bad,
Does
but
help.
like it's better slightly. There's a lot of little things with what the characters do that makes no sense at all. Like, for instance, episode 2, there's like this green slime thing that falls off of the alien robot onto one of the like chief dude's subordinates, and he's like, what are you doing? Get back to work. And not even like romancing the fact that it could potentially be bad that an alien substance just landed on his subordinate's head that could potentially be lethal, and they bring up later that, oh yeah, this is actually mind control juice that can turn people into zombies, which is pretty bad, and then they don't...
Mind control juice, by the way.
Yeah, and they don't ever bring up the fact that he just completely ignored it again. Like, besides that one instance, he's a great commander. But that was the only, like, there's no, that was so out of character for him, because they immediately, like, double back on that and be like, oh yeah, no, he's actually a good commander. You know, he actually cares for his subordinates instead of just brushing off fucking juice just dripping onto them. Like, got me in such a tizzy. Apparently, wait, hang on. There's a shitty glow effect around basically everything in the mech fights, which makes them just look even shittier. And also, the transformation scenes, they last for so goddamn long.
Yeah.
Like, every time
So,
there's a
if you
transformation
cut out the
scene.
beginning. So the episodes kind of boil it down to like 10 minutes if you cut out all the transformations.
It's
He has
so
to call writing.
long.
He has to call writing every time he does his attack. It's always the same. You can just skip that too. anytime he wants to fly, he does the thing. You can skip that.
Then he
Most
also has to
episodes boil
fade
down.
into it, which adds another, like, minute and a half.
Most episodes boil down to 10-15 minutes.
It's like, that was one of the main things that really got to me. Like, I could understand, like, a good show doing that and, like, sort of wasting time in certain areas because there's not enough good that they can do. Like, Evangelion. That has a lot of downtime, but that actually serves a purpose in the show. And it's not just reused animation, it's usually just stills, so that way you can think about what just happened, because it's usually really impactful. Like, Evangelion can get away with that, because it put in the effort to make the rest of the show really good. But writing's not a good show. Writing doesn't have the track record to be able to do that. Writing does not deserve to have those really long transformation scenes every episode, because the transformation is not that momentous. It's just a thing that happens over and over and over. Within the first 3 episodes, there was like 5 transformation scenes, which is so awful. Oh my god. And it just gets worse and worse as the show goes on. Like, there's maybe one time where they skipped a transformation scene when, like, he just had to get to a place really fast.
They skip the flight one a lot.
Yeah, that one.
If they need him to be somewhere, they skip that one a lot. They're like, yeah, it appeared. The enemy appeared, and then they just skip the flight sequence and they go straight to him in the air.
But they still have the calling down of writing.
Explain something to me. As someone who only watched the first 3 episodes, what the fuck happens in this show? Like, you know, like a dude gets fucking
It's a very
formulaic.
It's a very formulaic show. In which case, an enemy shows up and he can barely fight the enemy, and then he obtains a new tool to fight said enemy. And
oh my god!
There's a little bit of stuff in between. Typical enemy ace bad guy shows up, and the enemy ace mech, and the enemy recognizes that the mech is that writing is superior in terms of mechness, but because of the difference in skill, writing loses.
So for some reason, whenever, aside from one time,
and
every
there's a
time
big boss fight in the end.
Yeah.
There's a big boss fight, and through the power of bullshit, the main mech wins.
It's so awful. Oh my god. Okay, so in the last episode, like, they have explained nothing about writing, where it come from, what his dad did, or any of that. So apparently writing is the same as the blue-haired chick. Yeah, like they're one and the same, which they very briefly mention her in, like, the second episode, or the first episode, like she was on the mountain or whatever. But basically, her and writing are the same thing. And so, when main dude, whatever his name is about to die in writing, she comes out like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and reset time real fast, so that way you don't have to deal with this, and, you know, just stay dormant. Because, you know, she can do that.
Unfortunately, they poorly set up writing.
Like, in that last episode, like, she says, oh, I don't have time to explain why I don't even have time to explain, or something like that. Like, it was so, like, they never actually give a payoff for writing and what it is, or any of it. They just fucking brush it away like, oh yeah, writing's a thing that was kind of cool. By the by, here's the rest of this stuff. Like, oh my god. Oh yeah, they also cut out the music in the last battle for some reason. I don't know why, there was just no music.
Boss battle. The enemies have made a big boss, and then we're losing against that boss.
So Roxel is an awful villain. Like, so Roxel, his shtick is that he wants to get revenge on the aliens that are currently attacking Earth because they destroyed his home planet. And to do that, he needs writing, and writing alone. No one else. But
yeah, because apparently Gadion's too bad.
Yeah, but Gadion is made from the same technology as writing. He's more powerful than writing, as far as Roxel knows. So there's no reason.
Gadion is not more powerful than writing.
No, I know that.
The better pilot.
I know, but with, like, he didn't fly any better with writing than he did with Gadion. Like,
Unless
from
it's
what we were
writing.
shown as a viewer, Gadian is at least as powerful as Riding, made from the same technology as Riding. And there was no way Roxel would have known that Riding is more powerful, because we don't even learn that until the last episode, in which they brush off that fucking question. Oh my god.
I mean, he knows it's powerful because there was probably a legend somewhere. And
Yeah, a legend, whatever. He's gonna believe a legend to get revenge on the aliens.
I mean, he probably tried it in Gadion and they subjugated the fuck out of him. They're
Oh
like,
my
well,
God.
shit. And then he was like, well, shit. What's a more powerful thing? Right in. Too easy.
Okay, so the exact line from the last episode where Riding just brushes off the question like, hey, what are you? She says, you wouldn't even understand even if I told you. That infuriated me to no fucking end. Because it's insulting. Like, this show has no respect for the viewer's intelligence at all. It's just like, oh yeah, we're the best show ever made. You're gonna watch us and you're gonna like us. That's evident in all the wasted time they have with all the transformation scenes and every other fucking part of this show. Oh my god. The show is so frustrating.
I see you're on how I
I
feel
would
about
like-
certain other shows.
I would like to mention that I just found out that apparently it's a remake of a anime called Brave Riding that was made in
Yeah, it's an old, it's another, it's an, it's old super robot show. Not as successful as other. So, you know, there's another super robot show, Mazinger Z, but Mazinger Z is not an all. No, never mind. Mazinger Z is an all-powerful being, but the difference is Mazinger Z was a lot more well received, at least in Japan, and is actually came out with a movie. Yeah, go ahead, keep going your rant on Radiant.
I'm looking through my notes so that way I don't actually waste time like some show does. There's a lot of plot holes with, like, the thinking of the characters, especially in the military stuff. So, for instance, episode 3, they didn't, like, research anything about riding before actually going to the upper guys and, you know, show them that, hey, riding is a thing. Like, for instance, main dude's inability to call riding on command. They didn't look into that at all to actually, you know, prove that riding is actually controlled by this guy from apparently buckfuck nowhere. So that's a thing. They could have, you know, thought that through a little more, especially if that guy is really smart, which he showed to be. Oh, episode 3 is also where he just, like, oh, man. So, chick from rural town or whatever
Typical.
comes to his school. He meets her. Oh, hey, your town got destroyed by that monster. And Riding's fight. Oh, no. And then later in that episode, he contemplates, wait, if I fight this thing, then more things are going to get destroyed. Oh, no, I shouldn't summon Riding. Or I shouldn't fade into
Depends on
Riding. He
mine.
actually summons it. And at that moment, I lost my shit. And that's the part where I started to cry. Because
Why?
Because that moral quandary shit is so stupid. Like, oh man, everyone's gonna die if I transform and beat Riding, and
He did
you know.
better than Superman.
No,
Oh my
no,
God.
it is completely dumb because it's like, yeah, people die because I do it. Yeah, but more people die if you won't. So do it. There's no options here. It's numbers. It's a
Fucking
numbers
idiot.
game. More people die if you don't do right in. Do it.
Oh, and every episode continues on into the next episode without abandon. Like there's a couple one-off episodes, but for the most part, every episode is a two-parter, which could easily be made into a one-parter if they, I don't know, maybe cut out all those transformation scenes that are just filler anyway.
They needed to make 26 episodes.
Like, there's so much wasted time in this show because of that.
13 of them without it.
And then Raideen comes down, and then we have to do the gratuitous body shot, which was cool, which was okay the first time, and then you did it to 100 more times in the course of the show.
Like, they don't have a good or interesting enough story to warrant all this fucking wasted time. And like, the production values of the show are so low. Like, the animation is really bad, and then everything else is so bad. It was
How
like
does he lose
someone...
his clothes when he goes in Raideen?
What?
How does he lose his clothes when he goes in Raideen?
Oh, fucking... He doesn't lose them later on when he gets a special suit, apparently.
Why?
I don't know. Whatever, I guess. Like the guy the boss of his gives him a suit. Like, hey, here's a suit. It has a built-in communications device. Okay, cool. How am I gonna keep that when I teleport? Oh, I just keep it when I teleport in. Okay, cool. I guess why not? But then later on, he doesn't keep any of his clothes anyway. So I guess it's made of a special suit. But they never explain that. Oh my god. Oh yeah, for some reason, like episode 4, there's an invisible mech, and for some reason, a military-grade helicopter has paint rounds in its chambers for shooting. For some reason,
already.
They just had it
That was sheer luck.
randomly.
They use it to track down fucking shoplifters.
Right, because military-grade helicopters are going to be used to get shoplifters.
Yeah. You know those stretches of land that say they're enforced by aircraft? Is
Yeah,
one
not
of those
authorized
places.
lethal force, but you know what we do have loaded? The paint rounds.
Platoon, motherfucker.
Oh,
Get
there.
inked.
In each of the fights, there's no background. I mean, there technically is, but it's just like bland darkness in the background. Like, there's nothing interesting about it. They didn't put any work into it. It's just like, oh, hey, here's a background of darkness in the background. Wow, that's
What about
so
hyperspace?
interesting. There is no hyperspace, surprisingly.
Well,
But they're moving at such a slow pace that
yeah.
you can't really do hyperspace.
Uh,
Oh, everything in the show, at least for the fights, are really dark. Like, not
for
like
some reason.
Not like dark as in like, oh, dark themes. Dark as in like, I can't see shit of what's going on. Like,
It's cool to fight time.
remember the glow I mentioned earlier? Yeah, that's the only thing that's actually visible during fights. During the fights, I can't see whatever's going on for the most part. It's just, everything's so dark and muted, and everything just blends together with the background to where I can't even distinguish the background from the mechs most of the time. It's so bad.
So, did he ever get a love interest?
Yeah, actually, he gets with that
mech.
girl from episode 1 who was on like the mountain or whatever. Or was it 2? I don't remember.
He gets with writing.
Yeah, he gets with writing.
Oh.
He gets with writing.
Well, I mean, when you've been inside
Because-
of someone so
Because
many
in addition-
times.
in addition
Ayo.
to the giant form, there's also the human girl form.
Why?
Because we can. Because we can.
Remember
But
when they said? Remember
Holy
when they
sh-
said you wouldn't understand even if I told you? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
No, I heard it from you, but yeah.
Yeah, that's their excuse basically.
Right.
There are some times where like there's no actual transition scene. It feels like some scenes were cut out of the show. Like for instance, episode 5, there's a cloak wearing alien dude thing that's chasing them. Or chasing him specifically. He doesn't know that's chasing him. He gets on a motorcycle. He goes to a amusement park, gets off there, and apparently everyone else was following him because reasons. And it's just like, wait, what? It feels like something's missing between this episode and this episode. What happened in between? What? At episode 6, they pick up the pace outside the mechs a little bit. But there's still, like, all the slowness of the mechs themselves, which is just... he randomly unlocks the riding powers just when he needs them. There's no rhyme or reason. He just like, oh, I can do this now.
They made a rhyme or reason for the water one that he uses once.
Yeah, and that's the only one that's good. Because they actually, explain, like, oh, hey, here's, like... The way it's initially set up is that, oh, maybe he'll, like, do some research archaeologically to try to find, like, the rest of the artifacts for writing. But no. He just gets them when he needs them, aside from the water one. Oh, and the moon sword, I guess. He finds that one, too. Which, by the way,
The wand of bullshit.
yeah, that one's just out of nowhere. Which,
Combine,
by the way,
combine it with the bow and you win. Game over.
During the last fight, he gets sent to the moon, he gets knocked out, then he talks to Raideen, and then apparently inside the moon was a gigantic fucking sword that's the ultimate weapon for Raideen, which he then uses to chop down the alien ship. Somehow. Because conveniences, basically. Oh, he makes a lot of stupid decisions with, for instance, in episode 7, dude calls him and is like, hey, there's a monster. And then he's like, but I have a maths test tomorrow. Bitch, if you don't go stop that thing, nobody else is going to. And then you won't have a maths test tomorrow because the school's gonna be destroyed and everyone's gonna be dead. It wasn't even played off in like a joking way, like, oh, I have a maths test tomorrow, I can't help you. It was like serious, I have maths test tomorrow, I need to study for it. And like a lot of the show seems like it's supposed to be played off as like a comedy, or like this is something that a comedy would do to satirize the genre. But no, it plays everything seriously for some reason. And I don't understand why. Like, Like this, if this was a comedy, I could maybe understand all this stuff. But no, everything's played seriously, not for laughs.
Would it really make that much of a difference if it was a comedy?
No, it wouldn't. But I think it could work that way. But as it is right now, it's awful. Midorino is the girl's name, that love interest girl. She's actually okay, aside from all the writing stuff, because she actually talks to him and actually has a little bit of a personality, and their relationship is okay, I guess. Like that subplot with Midorino and his childhood friend is kind of okay, but otherwise it's still really bad. The only time the summoning scene was actually warranted was on episode 17, where they actually had like a tense scene with them being chased around and trying to like not get killed, which was actually a decent episode. So I gave them that one transformation scene. That's the only time it was actually warranted, because the scenes leading up to it were actually good. In episode 18, Hoshikawa leaves, which is the red-haired chick, which...
Yeah, psychic powers.
Yeah.
Very, very, very ill-defined psychic powers.
Right. I was like, oh no, she's leaving. She was... that was actually like me trying to be like a serious oh no. Like, my oh no was kind of two-sided. Like, she was the most interesting character, but at the same time, they didn't really develop her, so it's like, okay, oh no, she's leaving, but she is interesting, Then she just, comes back, because why not? Oh, the last human villain is awful, because he just comes in randomly at the end of episode 20, like, hey, I'm a guy now, I'm evil, we're gonna use Raideen to make a trade with aliens, yeah. Because reasons. I'm out of nowhere. I've never even been mentioned before. I was retconned in because the show needed some human conflict, apparently. Because the alien conflict wasn't enough, I guess. Roxel's actually kind of okay. He's a horrible villain, but, like, he's actually somewhat funny. With his, So Roxel's, like, his, main dude's sort of adversary, rival, whatever. And
the main adversary.
Right. He comes in at, like, episode 23 or 4, I forget. 23, I think. He comes back then after, like, 10 episodes.
He comes in early, and then he does essentially nothing.
Yeah, like, he's there, he talks to Raideen dude, and he gets captured. Then he gets uncaptured. Episode 23 happens, and he somehow escaped, somehow. Who knows how. And then he starts, fighting him on the stage, which was actually somewhat funny and enjoyable. And then, like, he talks to a childhood friend girl, and that happens, yeah. The conflict between Roxel and, main dude, Raideen, whatever, is forced to no ends, because, like, they could just work together and defeat the aliens easily.
They even do for one episode.
Yeah. But then he's like, that's never gonna work again. Then it just gets dropped.
Remember how we kicked those aliens' asses? Nah, but I want Gadeon back. What?
Alright, whatever.
I was hoping they'd go somewhere.
It doesn't.
Or like, his friend found Gadeon's bracelet. Please. Nope. Fucking Saiga's gonna find it.
Like, all around, this show is just bad. Like, the story beats are cliched and, overdone and not interesting in the least, because every character is so predictable and, like, everything else.
Fucking
the animation's bad, pacing's awful, they span one thing across multiple episodes for, like, no reason. Like, there's so much wasted time with the reusing of the transformation scenes and whatnot, like... So, things I like about the show. Music, that's actually okay. Junki, that was the main dude's name. Whenever there's not a mech battle and Junki just, talks to people, that's okay. His relationship with Midorino and the love triangle between him, Midorino, and childhood friend is okay. But otherwise, this show's bad. Real bad. To no ends.
Mega, you're not allowed to randomly fucking select anime anymore.
No, I figured that already. That's why, like, I'm no more blind picking. I'm just gonna try to pick something from from my knowledge, even though if it's like a tiny little bit.
We're gonna fucking minimize the randomness of the RNGs is still a thing. I really like that. And admittedly, the one we got over that was not bad. At least, better than the things we've been getting recently.
So, Mega, what do you think of the show?
From the one episode
I don't want to talk about it.
Did this.
You can at least give a number.
I know I did this, and I honestly regret picking it. If I can go back in time to like not pick this, I would. But sadly, I don't have a time machine. I don't have.
Also, you know, all the implications of time travel and how that can fuck us up.
Yeah, well, I have seen Back to the Future a lot, but even with that, it's like, no.
There's multiverse theory, parallel world theory.
I don't even want to give this a rating, to be honest.
You have to. It's called an obligatory rating for a reason.
I have a 0.5.
That works.
You're not allowed to go below 1.
You really are, though.
It's a 1 to
Didn't
10
we go
scale.
below 1 before? I feel like.
I'm pretty sure I gave Flip Flapper a 0.
Let me check.
And if I didn't, it deserves it.
10,000.
If I could, I will. In my mind, it's always the loser.
Iggy, you gave it a 3, and then it lost 1 because Cardinalson.
Oh, right, because
So
it had
it's a
good
2.
visuals.
Yeah.
Mind.
Gave it a 3.
So I can't go under 1.
1 is the lowest you can go.
1.
All right, Chris.
I'm gonna fucking... Oh, right, you do that.
Actually, can I go 0.9? Is that good enough?
1 is the lowest.
Fine, 1.
4 out of 10. It's very formulaic. Man, he gets the ability to pilot the super powerful mech that could beat the enemy, but then he doesn't want to do it. Of course, he doesn't want to. Of course, he doesn't want to do it. And then he does a multitude of fights and gains the abilities needed. The enemies is.
You know, from my limited knowledge of it, it sounds a lot like Evangelion.
Yep.
It did it much worse. No one cared about it.
Right. So,
but from what I understand, Evangelion is a very polarizing anime as well. I heard a lot of people hate it, and a lot of people like it.
Evangelion has a lot of downtime, and like this show does, but it actually uses that downtime to try and enhance the show instead of like just to fill time.
Getting the robot Shinji.
Instead of gratuitous
and also
gratuitous summoning animations and then weapon animations. God.
And also it has right. I mean, Evangelion is able to wrap up mechs in one episode and actually progress the story at the same time, as well as actually having the fight scenes be like fantastic, especially for the time.
Because Evangelions are
it's older.
Evangelions are real robots, and so they're able to move a lot faster.
I think I cut you off. Did you give a rating, Chris?
Evangelion was 1996, 1995.
Wow, it's old as me.
But they're not god tier.
Yeah, Chris gave it a 4.
They don't break the reality. They don't break reality like Raideen apparently can. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back in time and reset everything. What? What? Oh. Yeah, I can do that. Why couldn't you do this like all the time? Please. You would have made everything so much easier if you just reset time a couple times.
I'll give it a 3, but Cardinal said he'll push it down to a 2. It wasn't pleasant at all. I like that he had the name Saiga. That's about it.
I'm just happy I don't pick an anime this time.
Yeah, so are we. Nick, what do you give this show?
1.5.
Ooh.
It feel like I really like the music is the thing. So based on that,
it's fine to give an anime props for other things other than its narrative. I did it for Flip Flappers.
Yeah.
I did it for Madoka.
Like, if it didn't have the music, it would easily be a 1, but the music's just like I actively went out of my way to look up the tracks by themselves to listen to. Like, that's how good the music was, which is why 1.5.
Alright. Now, with that,
anime
we have fulfilled
done.
Obligatory duties known as anime homework, at least the first portion of it. Or if you really want to look at it like with this, it's like the second portion, and like 3 weeks ago was the first portion. I don't know. That's up for you to decide. But now it's time to either reset or move on to the second part, depending on your perspective. To that end, it's time to recommend anime. There's nothing special going on this week, so it's literally just fucking pick something. Mega, who unfortunately won last podcast's anime, does not have to recommend anything. And then we'll go on a one vote party system.
You're done. Nope, that's it.
Well, I know my anime.
Then you should lead us.
Do it. Show us. What is your anime?
Evangelion.
Oh.
Has
Wow.
mechs.
How long is that?
It's only 24 episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
Standard.
Right then. Did you just decide that? Now?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to show you what a good mech anime is like.
Alright then. Valid.
It is by
Honest, people like it, people hate it. Also because
It's
like
by
everything, its fans are
Studio-
like, it's the greatest thing to grace this earth, and like what?
is by Studio Gainax, who've done
They've done a lot.
Ooh, His and Her Circumstances. All right.
Gynax, I remember the name Gynax, but I don't remember what else they've done.
They worked on Gurren Lagann,
There we go.
Magical
it.
Wars, His and Her Circumstance. That's good. Ugly Yet Beautiful World. And it was also apparently done in part by Tatsunoko Productions, which I think Gainax is a subsidiary of or something. I don't know how they work.
I know that didn't people separate from Gynax to make Trigger? Is that how Trigger works?
I think that's how it worked, yeah. Apparently they also did video. Okay, yeah, so mainly Studio Gainax, Tatsunoko's different thing.
Someone's a little concerned.
Yes, someone is a little concerned. Anyway, that's my anime. Oh, mech anime about, this kid called Shinji, and about how he actually develops in this mech world that he's been thrown into, fighting monsters and such.
Right.
Apparently
So-
it's very good.
So, have you never seen it, Chris?
I've never seen it. It's just leaked into Tech Talk and apparently regarded as good, but also marked as kind of bad because its fans over glorify the shit out of it.
All right.
Apparently
then.
it's not. Apparently it's at least it's passable.
So, like any other fandom. Chris, you go next.
Select bitch.
All right, then. I'm kind of debating between two things. One of them is highly experimental, and one of them is
I like
weird.
highly experimental.
Dude, oh my god.
Fine, then. I'll recommend Land of the Lustrous.
Ooh, there we go. That's it. Damn, now I'm torn. I wanted to watch Land of the Lustrous.
I did too. So the reason this is so
about
experimental is because Land of the Lustrous is an entirely 3D show. However,
Yeah.
it's been noted as incredibly good 3D, and they take advantage of the 3D in the show to do things that normal animation can't do. It
Above
looks
now.
interesting.
That pup past one.
The general fucking synopsis is that in the distant future, the Earth is populated by these gem people, immortal gem people. The gems fight against these moon invaders who attack them regularly who try to abduct them. Each of the gems are assigned a role, like fighter or medic, and it follows a group of these gems trying to fucking survive, I guess. I know it had a manga, and people praised the manga for being like visually interesting. So, and apparently that's carried over like extremely well into the show. So I'm very curious.
It is by Studio Orange, who seem to be a relatively new studio, but they apparently got enough money to make that Under the Dog OVA from Kickstarter.
Under the Dog?
Yeah, it was a one-off OVA that they produced with the help of Kickstarter monies, which apparently is real good.
Under the Dog, 6.4 out of 10, 6 out of 10. Oh, this is... Wait, hold up.
Otherwise, they've done Black Bullet, Dimension W, and I don't really know them. So
Black Bullet.
I read the manga for that.
I've heard about it. Let me see something.
I've heard of Arya the Scarlet Ammo, and I've watched that, but I don't know about that.
This is not the same Under the Dog.
Black Bullet was a decent manga. I don't know how well that translates into anime.
Anime, which this company was involved, apparently Dragon Ball Battle Gods, Resurrection F,
I mean, a lot of studios like work on animation.
Evangelion.
All right. Yeah,
The movies.
A lot of studios work with other studios on certain animation.
Oh, this one
projects, so.
actually tells you what they did. CG anime, CG. There's a lot of CG animation in their repertoire. Infinite Stratos.
Hey, I know that
God,
one.
no. Please no.
CD production, CG production. They do nothing but 3D and CG.
Well, makes sense that they'd finally make the one show that people that okay, you've done it good.
Black Lagoon, Black Bullet, yeah, Code Geass. They've worked on some high-profile stuff. Baldur Force EXE. Hey,
Can we not?
what's wrong with Baldur Force?
Oh my god, no.
Those
Never.
4 episodes of meh.
Never bring it up, ever.
I didn't mind it that much. Excel World. All right, that's about the Ghost in the Shell, actually.
All right, and Chris, what do you recommend?
Gonna go Black Rock Shooter.
All right.
Oh, they did Tiger and Bunny as well, actually.
Hmm?
Tiger and Bunny. I'm just continuing. There's actually more that they've done. Apparently, that's really fucking big in Japan. Like, #1 in Japan. So you're doing fucking Black Rock Shooter.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I've heard a lot about this, and I've seen this character a lot.
Yeah. So, Black Rock Shooter follows the story of Ro Matoi, who is just I think she's in middle school. I'm gonna assume it's middle school, high school. Might be middle school. It might be high school. I don't.
Junior
exactly
high,
remember.
according to the plot summary.
Junior high, cool. It's okay. So it's high school. It's high school. She's just going in high school wanting to make friends. While in an alternate world to ours, the Black Rock Shooter fight. Get a little. You watch little Matsui interact with people and talk to people and stuff, and then occasionally for some reason we get to see Black Rock Shooter kick ass.
So it's by Studio Sanzigen, who've done things like Arpeggio Blue Steel and Babuki Bodanki, and also Monster Strike, I guess.
Monsters, right?
Monster Strike.
Oh.
So I watched Arpeggio Blue Steel because it was on Netflix. And also Monster Strike is in a Monster Strike anime. Yeah, which is Monster Strike. It's a game. It's a mobile game.
Okay.
Arpeggio Blue Steel's bad. It's basically entirely CG with what is it? With typical lolly girls who lose their clothing as they fight, and there's submarines. Sounds like good type of thing. Apparently.
Submarines.
Yeah, they apparently connect directly with their submarines, and that's a thing. Warships or battleships or whatever. It's not good.
All right.
Anyway, that's Studio.
All right. Now move on to the voting section.
All right, you get 1 vote, and you can't vote for yourself. Write the name of the show or something indicative of the person. Wait, no, you don't write the name of the show. You write the name of the person or something indicative of that person. 1 vote, can't vote for yourself. Yeah. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right.
All right, then.
1, 2, 3.
Holy
what is that?
Shit.
Steven Universe?
Okay.
What?
That's Land of the Lustrous.
The Crystal Gem.
So, what is your vote here, Mega? Is that Nick?
I think it's me.
Yeah.
In which case,
Yeah.
Chris wins.
All right, so Chris wins.
Yep. All right.
Shit, I won.
Cool.
You see, I always like to do something off of, like, sometimes, like, fucking make a thing off of the anime, so, like, Pie Rock Shooter. I was gonna do Black Pie Shooter, but then that sounded a bit wrong.
How is that wrong?
Black Pie Shooter. It just sounded,
Alright, so we're gonna watch Black.
contemporary political problems.
It's like 13 episodes, and the OVA is completely well, it's related, but it's not. Doesn't matter. Don't watch the OVA. I mean, the OVA is good, but it's not part of the story. It's 13 episodes. 13. I enjoy it a lot.
There we go on that. A little bit more difficult to find where my files are these days because now I have 3 monitors active and right. And keeping up with the current score of the podcast winnings of the anime portion, I have won 18.5 times. Chris has won 14.5 times. Nick has won 8 times. Ian has won never. TLG has won never. Paul has won twice. And Mega has won 4 times. There we go.
Yep.
Boop, bop, a doop.
Yeah.
Well, if you're still here and you're not, this podcast has been going for almost 4 hours and will be in about 2 minutes or so. 2-3 minutes.
Yep.
But unfortunately, when it cuts out,
Like, unless we go to like 4.5 hours, which we're not going to do.
Why would we, though?
Exactly. It wouldn't be over 4 hours. So
I
yeah,
think that's everything.
it's probably it.
Now we just let the clock go down.
Anything we can talk about? Nick, what the fuck was your D&D game about? I forgot at this point.
Which one?
The one
Spice
we would
Girls
do
one.
if we were going to go back.
Are you... Wait. Alright,
The
so I
one
had
where-
the...
The one
where
that
me
would
and
involve
you-
Chris.
Is that's not
What
the
happened?
sailing one, right?
No, that one was made in the absence of Chris.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The one not ruled by Spice Girl deities.
Right, Anna.
What?
Whatever. But yeah, okay. You guys were about to head south to continue on your quest. I believe Mega was knocked out.
Yeah, I was
Ian
knocked
fell into
out.
the river. Chris was talking to Prince or something.
wait, what is this? Oh, this is the
one where Ian's
Oh,
a
but then
bug.
everyone got washed away on the bridge.
It was just
I
was
was
just
knocked
Ian.
out because of a wrestling.
right.
You know,
Mega got
no,
knocked
this
out.
guy, this
Ian
guy.
fell into the river. Iggy, you got captured?
That is what? Like,
No,
this is the one
no.
where I had to change characters like twice. Was Marvin the rock troll at the end?
I think I'm gonna
Yeah,
load up
no,
the game now.
No, Iggy had the he was surrounded by like the mafia or something.
Was that
Everyone-
happening?
I think.
I think
Yeah,
you
that
escaped.
was happening.
Didn't
'cause
everyone
I
get
got-
washed away
I-
on the bridge?
I got knocked out. Then Iggy went to the and then went to Iggy where he technically got into a fight because like people were like, hey, like we don't like well, I remember Iggy wanted one of the guy's hats as well when all that shit was going down.
What? I don't remember any of this.
And then Ian and Chris was going to the king. I think it was the king. Someone higher up to let them know about what was going on. And then Ian and I think someone else got washed away in the water.
What was going on?
No. We were on a bridge, and then like
I'm amazed I can remember.
Had you guys not gotten your mission yet?
What? I don't ask me.
No, we did not get a newer
the
mission.
ocean said the
It
river
technically-
said, "No, you're not coming."
It ended when Chris was gonna get info on something in the giant town that we were in, and then you're like, that's where we ended for today. Because I think Ian had to leave.
Who the fuck was Curtis? I think he
That
was the
might
guy
have
that
been-
came with you from the other town.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so Chris, you were talking to Prince Spiel. Ian fell into the river. Mega's passed out, and Iggy, you are indeed surrounded by Mafia. Or something of that sort.
Wow.
I literally remembered all of that for some reason.
Nice one, Mega.
You know, Ian's online.
This is
Okay.
Also,
He's Discourse. Or Discord.
if we would actually continue that, you would have to resend me my character sheet for that because for some reason, everything in one of my
I would-
folders just got deleted.
I would need those sheets as well.
I should still have your inventories. Yeah, no, I saved
Well,
it
I
as a
did-
Google Drive, so yeah.
I didn't have much on my character since it was a brand new one because I died in the fire.
But yeah, no, we can go back to that, yeah.
In the meantime, while I'm still constructing this game.
Yeah.
Need to finish
That'll work.
the world and then place like holds and castles and villages and towns and shit. And then I need to figure out where in the world you're going to start in the game. Literally.
So does this mean D&D next weekend?
Potentially.
I'm not opposed.
Like we've got potentially Thursday, we've got Friday, we might have Saturday.
I'm good for any of those 3 days. Although, again, I finish at 7. So if you guys want to start at 5, you guys would have to wait till I get home.
I mean, we can do that. No, that's the thing. So yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, it would pretty much be like as soon as I get home, I come on the computer, I'll be like, and then I just message like, all right, I'm here. Well, except for Saturday. Saturday, I can just like go see my niece and everyone else on
What's going on here? What are we trying to do here?
D&D next weekend.
Nix, mind you.
Oh God, who was I?
You were
the
Harmony.
You're Harmony, the only main character that hasn't died and doesn't fight.
Passive-aggressive pacifist.
So apparently, Black Rock Shooter's only 8 episodes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I guess.
Is it?
Yeah,
It is only 8
apparently.
episodes.
Yeah, it's
Come
only
on.
I should be able to watch all of it this time.
You didn't
Oh,
watch
no.
very much writing, now did you? Mega.
Let's not talk about that anime ever again, please.
I'm going to.
I mean,
it
we're
up.
gonna constantly bring it up in reference to
Yeah.
how you keep making shit things.
No, okay. For Battle Vixen, I didn't feel that bad because of what it was, but for writing, I actually literally felt bad. Like I'm watching the first episode, and I was like, I feel bad because
Oh,
we all
boo-hoo.
have to watch
Demon with
this.
hope
No,
and
I'm
belief.
actually serious. I honestly felt bad, and the fact that you actually cried, it actually makes me feel worse.
That's them. There's
Right.
frustration tears.
I still feel bad though.
Let's see.
Like
yeah.
I've never. I don't think I've. I can't even recall the last time I've cried. I had to be a kid, but fucking. You understand my pain of watching like fucking Madoka or fucking Lip Flappers. You understand.
Yeah.
So, Mega's track record is only actually 50% bad.
Really? Well, that's in your opinion. I did not like Keijo.
Okay, so Keijo, yes, but The World God Only Knows. That was good.
Okay, yeah, that was fine.
That was the other anime I recommended.
Yep. Then it was
literally
Iki.
cannot remember what it was.
Then it was Iki Tosin and
Battle
Just Now
Legends.
Writing. Yeah.
So for me, it's 75% bad.
Yeah, but it surprisingly not as shit as I was expecting for one anime.
That's a horrible ratio.
Still, though. Actually,
But hey,
I can go through real quick and
I'm
check yours.
50% somewhere. That's good. That's better than nothing.
Always give 110%.
Let's see.
It's okay if we end up picking a long anime at one point. I have one in mind that everyone has said that they've been curious about watching.
So
You've been
Iggy,
saying that about a lot of things.
here are
It's-
the anime
it's
that you won with.
It's initial D, and some people reacted positively where it's like, oh, I've been wanting to watch that.
I heard a thing. Didn't
So
hear a
Iggy,
thing.
you won with Tokyo Ravens, Overlord,
Okay,
Gakko
okay.
Garashi.
That one's still going on in manga form.
Really?
Yeah, still updating. It updated recently, too.
I'm gonna read that then. Don Machi.
Yep.
Daily Lives of High School Boys.
Good one.
Moetan.
I regret that one.
Alright, so we got one bad.
Oh, wait, that was for bad, though. So, yeah, never mind.
Okay. Nagi no Asukara.
I like that show.
Infuriating but good. Well, one character.
You didn't like a
infuriating.
character.
Yeah. Whatever.
That nice aesthetic.
Mirai Nikki.
Mario Nikki, yep. Classic.
Beelzebub.
Regret.
Not that bad. It was
I
bad,
like the
but-
manga a lot more.
Okay, yeah. Higurashi no Nakakorini.
It's the rose-tinted nostalgia glasses, alright? I still can't watch the fucking fingernail scene.
Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress.
It was bland, but interesting. Ish.
Haichu Gensu no Grimgar.
Good show. Want more?
Hayari Nyarko-san.
It's not DiGiorno, it's delivery.
Netoge no Yome.
Mistake.
Yujo Senki.
Which one is that?
Guy gets turned into a girl in World War II, I think.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that show a lot.
Demi-chan wa Katari Itai.
It's okay.
Assassination Classroom.
Good, good, good.
Alice to Zudoku.
It needed more explanation. It could have been fine, but no.
Kimi no Nawa or Your Name. Your Name.
Oh, right, the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. I get my emotional anime names mixed up.
Dagashi Kashi.
Did I?
Oh, no,
like
you,
it?
no, you were Isekai Shokudo.
Yeah, I like that show still.
And then that's to present.
It. Yeah.
So
That
you should
should be
have 20 wins total.
I took these numbers from you, so fuck you.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll update it.
Wait, there's 0.5s in there, actually.
There's 1.5 in there.
Yeah.
So fucking
I'll
19.
go through it again in a minute, or after the podcast.
Super important.
Oh, right, that's why. Okay, so what happened was that... Okay, yeah. So, for Yamada-kun / Gakugarashi, you and Chris both won, and then for Isekai Shokudo and Dagashi Kashi, you and Chris both won. So,
Oh, really?
yeah. It was double features for both of those. So,
Oh,
I
so
wrote-
it was 18.5.
I mean, no, it would be 19 for you then, because it would be 0.5 for both of them, right?
Didn't you name 3?
No, it was Chris did Yamada, you did Gakko. Chris did Dagashi, you did Isekai. So that's 2 with 0.5, so you would be at 19. And
Chris would be at 14.
13. Or, wait. Oh, wait, no.
Are you counting Evangelion?
Okay, no, I'm not.
Or not Evangelion, whatever.
I need to add the most recent ones, but after that, I'll update
Blackrock Shooter.
Yeah.
Whatever. There we go.
Chris has one with Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn.
Hey.
Guilty Crown.
No.
Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches.
Yeah.
No Game, No Life. Cross and Rondo of Angel and Dragon. Ruby.
Not an anime, but whatever.
That's good.
Nichijou.
What?
Flip Flap. Nichijou. You recommended that in one. Flip Flappers.
Fuck you, Chris.
Oh,
Fuck you,
right,
Chris.
I put it forward for the weird.
Yeah. Mobile Fighter G Gundam. Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann.
Ayo.
Shimonetta. Bake Monogatari.
Good. For as much bad as Flip Flapper was, that one was good.
Girls Bravo. Wow.
Flip Flappers was so good.
It's like a counterbalance.
I won that best.
You have equally recommended the worst show I have ever seen and the best show I have ever seen.
Wait, what was the good show?
Bake.
Monogatari. Monogatari is such a great series.
I think I also recommended Monogatari at some point.
You did. It just didn't win.
Yeah. And then Chris has also recommended... and then Dagashi Kashi, and then now Blackrock.
Yep.
Yay.
I recommended and one with...
Are we fucking doing all this for everyone? That's not.
Why not? I mean, I'm the last one, because we already gone Mega, Chris, Iggy. I mean, there's Paul, I guess, but yeah. Do-da-da-da, for me, Steins Gate. Really? Okay, so the first 2 anime that have actually won with have been my favorites. Wow, okay, that's cool. Then we got Haruhi Suzumiya, Certain Magical Index, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, The Regular at Magic High School, The 7 Deadly Sins, Iggy
Somewhere in between bad and...
Maho Shoujo Madoka Magica.
Oh.
Your microphone's going to shit, and that's it from me.
Bad.
And then Paul was Serial Experience Lane and Gangsta.
Good-ish and not good.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what everyone's won with on the podcast. Yeah.
Let's do this yearly recap next year.
Or tomorrow.
Tomorrow? What?
No.
What? We're not doing a podcast tomorrow?
Or
No.
would we?
No, because
What? We can watch 8 episodes in one day.
If anything, we would play Uno or something.
No.
Yeah, I'm up for Uno.
we play it. But no, until next Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday.
At the least.
7 is a...
Anyway,
7.
thank you all for watching. Super Bad. Bye.